Welcome, everybody. We are going to do the podcast for the Fire Conference today. Today, I got with us Zeus and Jacob again. Everybody, welcome them in.
Happy to be doing this again, right? We
Yeah, thanks
gotta
for inviting me back.
we gotta wrap up the other side of things. I know we left it a little short last time, and we're a month later into the season, so we'll have to kind of just look at things a little differently tonight than we did on Tuesday night, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
We'll follow the same format though. We'll start off here over in the Fire Conference with the champions of the Fire Conference last year. Went to the finals. That would be the Oahu Paddlers, and that's ironically also my team.
Wow.
What a fun way to start the podcast.
Did you do this on purpose? So to start with your team first?
I wish we could have started the entire thing with my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take night two.
We'll take night two with you. Well, we
Yeah.
could have started with the Topaz division. We started with Jacob's team.
Well,
But we'll start with ours. We always start with the
win
Topaz
his
division.
division last year. I don't think.
No, I don't.
Uh,
Don't bring that back up.
Okay,
yeah.
that's right.
It's
That's
still
right.
recovering.
All right, we'll
Let's
go with
check
the
out
Oahu paddlers here.
Paddlers. So actually, I had the best record in the Fire Conference last year, 93-70. I ended up winning a playoff, like a one game playoff against San Antonio, which was a pretty
Ah,
big deal because that gave me home field throughout the playoffs. And San Antonio ended up having to go the tough route and through the wild card, and then I beat him in 7 games in the conference championship. So it was a pretty monumental, I would say,
monumental
play-in.
victory. That victory
Yeah,
counted in the end, huh?
I mean it made a pretty big difference. I don't think I'm coming back from a 3-1 deficit if I'm the away team. So,
No, I
but
agree
yeah,
with that.
this is my team. I brought back pretty much everybody um, that I wanted to. Anyways, I don't think I added too much. I brought up Joe McLean there. He's a rookie who's been like hitting lights out for me, hitting
358.
358
God
already.
damn.
I drafted him in 2001, and then he just like went through the minors super quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got him in the 8th round. That's a little brag right there. I definitely drafted him.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty
That's
awesome.
pretty impressive.
Got the
Yep.
lucky dice rolls, huh?
After Phil Crowhorn was a freaking bum in season 1 because of injury, he's been like an 8 WAR guy last year, and he's already up to 21 home runs this year, which leads the league. He's on pace for 64, which probably won't happen, but
You
pretty
can
dope.
hope.
And then Ben Blackwell, I gave a huge contract to. I extended him big time, so he's going to be my piece, right? Like
He's
as
your
I move
lock
forward.
piece.
Yeah, yeah. So
One
check out his contract.
MVP.
I paid him quite a bit, but I think he's worth it. I think he's kind of like the guy you build around, even though he has a low work ethic, but he's just so fucking good.
Well, we talked about work ethic before, so
Yeah, check out that contract real quick.
yeah, let's check it out.
I give him 25, 27, 37,
That's a lot of money.
27, 20. So
Actually, that's pretty good. The 25, 27,
yeah, I forget what the
27. Yeah.
AAV is there,
Yeah,
but
my only concern for you, Paul, is the age thing. But I like the player opt out option there at the age 34 because maybe he still thinks he's worth more.
my thought is if I'm not in my window, I think I'll have a window for a couple more seasons, and if it gets out of my window, it's for a 50% retention. If Blackwell's still producing at 35, 36, he'll be a good trade piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
unless he
wants
has an
him.
injury history, he should be all right
Nobody wants
through
him.
those years.
Yep. I would say my big surprise on the team is David Ursity, like my out of nowhere, like, why is this guy good? He's my number 6 pick.
Why is he good?
He's a 50-50. He put up 4 WAR, I think, last year. Yeah, 4.1 WAR. He's up to 1.2 WAR this year in 50 games. And he's just like, I mean, his bars are not bad,
Yeah,
They're
but they're
okay.
not like 4 WAR good, are they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're for war good, but like shit.
you'll
But he's on
take it.
50-50.
Yeah, no complaints if that's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good.
He's hacking.
You know,
That's it,
my
Jacob.
big concern, I would say right now. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, but it's my team. I'll
Yeah.
shut up for a sec. But I think my
Mr.
big concern
Guzman.
here is I've played a lot of home games and not a lot of road games, and um, and I'm not in first place. So That shit's gonna definitely even out. Like I looked at the expanded standings, and I think I've only played like 14 road games
Well,
so far. But
your offense is lights out right now.
yep,
Yeah.
that's kind of been my thing.
Yeah,
I
but
was gonna say your pitching might be like the thing you might be worried about with
It
Sal Guzman out for the
sure,
year and
for sure.
Mike Jenkins also probably out for the year here.
Yep, I've got no
Two
depth there in
big
pitching.
pieces.
Pedro
Yeah.
Rodriguez was great last year, but he's pretty bad this year. Steven Barlow's like a freak. He'll go like 8 innings and not allow a run inning or one game, and then be out in the second inning the next. And Andy Hensley's my boy, my number 5 guy. I'm gonna have this guy in my system for so long. Knuckleballer, and he's a 35-35. I don't even fucking care.
He's a
He's
knuckleballer.
been good for 3 straight seasons.
Sit
It's
there.
pretty
Yeah.
rough for a 4 or 5 rule. So
75 stamina, we take that.
yep.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
So
I like seeing
Yeah.
that. Let's
And I
see
mean,
what
if you can out hit your problems, the rest doesn't matter. So
yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna try to compete. I don't know how it's gonna turn out in this fucking division. It's just it's a.
do you not
it's a
have that many
bloodbath.
bullpen arms, Paul?
I have a lot of bullpen arms. I got 2 guys on the DL, 2 serious arms on the
Oh,
DL.
okay. I
Jim
only see.
Jones, I got criticized for giving a 5-year contract to, and he's been pretty mid so far. But he's young, so I'm okay. I'll get through it.
Oh, this was that free agent guy that
Yeah,
nobody
he had
heard
like
of.
5. I gave him 5 years.
Yeah.
4 or 5 million.
I was trying to sign him, and then I saw that he wanted 5 years, and I'm like, I might pass on that.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a lot of years.
I'd
If they're
say my
young, I'll
bullpen
take it.
ERA is second though, so my bullpen's been okay. It's my
Yeah.
starters.
It's your
So,
starting ERA that's the worst. Yeah, your
yeah.
bullpen's lights out because I looked over here. You got Mike Jenkins and Harold. There, Jenkins
Yeah.
is your best reliever.
Yep. This guy's been out. This guy's has been injured for something like 14 months already, and he's got 5 months left.
Ugh,
He was out for like 12 months, and then he suffered like a 14-month
Brutal.
setback.
damn.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, Sal
That's
Guzman
tough.
obviously hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
He's
You need to
obviously
bubble wrap that guy.
yeah, he's like Chris Hanna, right? So
Yeah.
let's look at my system, and then I spent a
Yeah,
lot of time
we don't
talking
need to
about my
talk about that team anymore. So,
I do have some great prospects.
where is
I've
it?
been pretty
Prospect
good with my
Pipeline.
drafting.
Yeah, didn't you sign some international guy too? That's like
I've
lights out.
tried. I
He's
think I
got
did
the
last
number
year. I signed
4
him.
guy right here.
Yeah, isn't that the international guy?
Maybe. Was that last year? Click in. It'll tell you.
Oh, I thought it told you on the side.
Round 1. No, I drafted him.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You should recalc too. I think you just downloaded the file.
Oh, recalc list.
There you go. Not that it changed much. But I think maybe Jose Sanchez was the IAFA I picked up a couple years ago.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IAFA, yep.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. I mean, you got 6 guys in the top 100. That's nice.
Yeah. I've got some pieces there, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Not only is he winning now, he's got pieces in the future. Look out, people.
Not as good as some teams in this division,
Yeah,
but
that's true. That's true.
they're not terrible.
That's
But,
true.
all right. Yeah. Let's look at the next team.
Next team, who came in second in the Ruby division?
That was San Antonio. So the team I beat
Chile
in
Picantes.
the Chile Picantes. Aaron's team here. I beat him in the conference championship, and it was a 7-game series, tough series. He got off to a super slow start this season.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got unlucky. His team's way better than like the
Yeah.
record they had.
I agree. He went on a good streak towards the end of this.
Yeah.
I think he got up over 500 and maybe slumped a little bit more, or real close. So
Can you please check Jan Buiges and then go to his injury history? It's the funniest thing. He's got a
Yeah.
grocery list of injuries.
what's his name again?
he's on the injury hit.
Oh, yeah.
John Buiges. Check his injury history.
Ooh.
I drafted him originally, and I traded him because I just couldn't deal with like the constant messages. He's great when he's in the lineup, so I think Aaron's taking that risk that he actually can keep him in the lineup, but
Wow, that's
it's
He's
a
been traded
lot.
more than anybody in the league too, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds
He's been
right.
traded 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Louisville, I traded him too, and I think Louisville traded him over there. So
yeah, well, you
Yeah.
don't like getting messages about this guy.
no, they're constant. He needs
Well,
a permanent
it says, well,
chiropractor.
yeah. Unless there was an error in the trade log. It says you traded him to San Antonio. Is that not right?
You messed up the not to put you
No,
on
I
the spot
probably
here,
did.
but you
No,
messed
I
up the
probably did.
trade. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It probably messed up the log.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely had some bad luck. I think I was mentioning to Chris earlier, I think 6 of the 7 teams in this division have a shot at the playoffs though, so I think he could recover.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at his
Yeah,
position ranking. He's got some good guys on his team.
he's been in the playoffs both seasons too.
Yeah.
He's got like a really big pitcher's park, so he works around that, and he's got a real good team for it.
Yep. His pitching's been mid so far, it looks like in the conference, but I think you're right. I think that'll improve. His defense has been good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
His
his
zone
defense has
rating
been real
maybe a
good.
little
Oh, he
Yeah.
doesn't have that good of a zone rating though.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, he's got Norm Soto, who I think is actually one of the best hitters in the league.
agreed.
I
Yeah.
straight up feared facing this guy in the playoffs every time he came around.
Yeah,
Wow,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he's just a beast.
He's just not having a year this year.
So far,
Yeah, I mean, 1.2 WAR. I mean, he's on pace for what, like
Although
4 WAR?
2001 he was pretty average too. But
I
I mean,
would
he
not
still
say
hit
4 WAR is
33
average.
bombs that year.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's still an
Yeah.
above average player. I'd say an average player. Well, I mean, average is 0 WAR, right? Does that make sense?
No, an
No, I
average
think
player
average
is
was
2 WAR.
That's
2
what I was gonna
WAR.
say. It feels
Yeah.
like 2 WAR should be average.
Yeah, 2 WAR's average.
I thought 1 was average.
No, 1 WAR player isn't giving you much.
I know they're not giving you much, but I thought they were. I thought that was average. I thought like 2 was just above average. I don't know. I don't really understand it that much. I understand it a little
Okay.
bit. I know it means they're doing good.
Let's look at Kareem Amos real quick too, because it looks like he's like one of the top ranked outfielders in the league.
Kareem Amos.
Left fielder. Man, look at those bars.
Yep.
25 too. Wow.
Yeah, he never gives less than 100%.
And again, this guy's on
That's
pace for 8.6 WAR. He's got 2.8 WAR already.
it's like the perfect park to have 80 gap into.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
80 gap with great eye discipline. With
Yeah.
that's like good everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's great all around. Yeah.
Wow. That guy's
Yeah.
a beast.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have any worries about the offense, especially that middle of the lineup. It must be the pitching that's letting him down a little bit this year, but
That should even out, I imagine.
exactly, yeah.
I think
So
he'll
that's I
probably
think
be a
he's gonna
wild
be
card
here.
team at worst.
I could see him pulling like what Lehigh did last year and just like starting like shit and then streaking.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
probably be like a wild card team, then just like take out the competition.
Yep.
Yeah, I
But the
could see
only
it.
thing that might get in his way is the teams that we're gonna check out after
Yeah,
him.
that's true.
What a
Let's
segue.
let's look at almost right. We got to look at his.
Oh, we got to look at the
I
prospects
know. I was
first.
so close. To
Wow. Yeah.
So close.
we're getting this podcast thing down.
We're
Yeah.
getting it. We're figuring it out. He's got some guys. He's got a catcher.
Look
Oh,
at-
he's young
yeah.
though.
Look at this. He's got 7
7
guys
in the top
100.
100.
That's great.
A lot of young guys though, so you never
Lot
know
of
how those
lot of
turn
young.
out. A couple of
Yeah.
coin flips, but
Got a
you
16-year
hit
old
on
in there
2 of
too.
them. Yeah, you hit on 2 of them, then
Yeah,
like shit, who cares?
he was tricky this year. So I mean, it hurt his budget a little bit, but he grabbed 2 guys from IAFA, and they both panned out to be really really good.
Wow.
One is Esparga there. I forget who the other guy is. He paid 6 million for another.
Could it be Victor Perez?
I don't know if
His
it is.
number 11?
I think that's a natural one. Check it though. Maybe it is. No, you're right.
International
No, that was
signing.
last year. That was last year though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure then.
I'm not sure. I think the other guy, he's got him starting somewhere already, maybe.
Wow.
So, but anyways, yeah, he's got a pretty good system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good system.
Should and a couple of his like top guys are super young too, so like he should be good for a while there.
Sony.
Yeah, his superstars. I mean, I think Soto is under 30.
Yeah, I want to say he's like 28 or
Ramos is like
something.
25,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. He's got a good system. And you're right, Paul. I think the only thing that's going to get in his way is people coming up and
Yeah, we'll see.
who Phoenix that coming third.
Next up would be Phoenix. That's true.
Phoenix.
So yeah, San Antonio was 92 and 71 last year, one game worse than Oahu. Phoenix was 91 and 71. So the top three teams were really separated by one game, if you remember. And then the play-in game, so like 1.5 games ultimately. But two teams finished 92 and 70, and then Phoenix was 91 and 71 last year.
Damn. They're super good. They beat me in 2001 in the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was another team I had to come back 3-1. I had a pretty magical run last year, right? But I had to come back 3-1 from down on Phoenix as well. So they definitely are a nasty team. The thing that I worry about with Phoenix, and I called him out, I think on the championship podcast a little bit too. He's traded away a lot of assets. He kind of took the Sapphire Division approach.
I love that. He's
Yeah,
got
hey,
balls of steel.
for sure.
He
For sure.
does not care.
He made some big moves.
Yeah.
I just think when you look at San Antonio and you look at my system, maybe in a couple of years, Phoenix might be back in rebuild mode.
He's just going to trade more futures for guys that are current. Yeah.
I
I don't
traded a
blame
Mark
Brandon.
Berry, and I think Mark
Brendan.
Berry's doing really well.
I can't say Brendan's name correctly, but that's on me. But I don't blame Brendan at all because I think when you make the championship game, like you want to kind of like you're so close to getting that cup, you just like want to make that big move.
And I love that he's not afraid to make those moves. Like there's a lot of people that are like tentative about it, and he's like, no, give me your top guys. I want them. I'm going on a run here, boys.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's I like it too. I mean, I traded a Mark Berry, so so
got a couple picks for that.
I got a couple picks for it.
Yeah.
But
I have this thing. I mean, you don't have a competitive window like real soon, so I get why you did that. But I just like I can't trade within the division. Not a stud like this. I want to ship him like
I get it, but like I just knew I didn't have any chance. So I was like, what the hell?
Brendan's waving around a first-round pick in the air. Why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta get
so
gotta get those
I
assets.
mean, shit, that's a real good player there, Mark Berry.
Yeah, I mean, he was a first-round inaugural draft pick.
Yes, he was my first-round draft pick.
That
was why I got a first-round pick for it. I believe I was like, he was my inaugural first-round draft pick. So if you want to grab him, it's going to cost you a first-round.
I was weighing him in Blackwell with that first overall pick, and I went with Blackwell. So definitely a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud. I love him. I believe he's second in the league in homers.
16. He's got to be close to it.
Yeah, 16 homers. I think he's second. If I believe I go to standings. Yeah, he's second with 16 home runs. So he's killing it. He's led the league in WAR in 2001.
I think he leads the league in WAR right now. 3.2 is pretty tremendous.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
We're up there.
Where's WAR?
Second behind Mike Wilson, who we're gonna
batter WAR. God damn, Mike Wilson.
Yeah, let's look at his pitching staff. That's really what Phoenix is all about. These two guys are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs some bat. Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, honestly, actually, let's look at the rest of his lineup over there. 181, 194, 109, 119. Like, that shit's not gonna get it done. 188 from your two hitter.
Yeah, but if they get on base 1 out of 10 and his other guys are, 263, 305, you hope that they can just slam a couple together and hope for the best.
Not sustainable, I don't think.
I don't know.
He's 14 out of 14 in batting average. He's worse than Huron.
That's okay when you put it that way. But they're first in home runs, dude. It doesn't matter.
That's true. I mean, he goes with a long ball.
Yeah, he plays the long ball.
I know he was like that last year too, but not.
He's always played the long ball. Yeah, every season.
To see.
Yeah,
but his story's the pitching, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the pitching. He's got the best starter ERA.
First runs against, yep.
Third and fifth, like there's nothing there that's like, oh well, maybe they're lucky. Yeah.
You got
Let's look at Nelson Rodriguez, 6-0, 1.4 ERA right now.
Yeah, that's just lights out.
Was he good last year too, or is this like?
Yeah, he's been consistently good.
Been good, yeah.
Yeah, he has.
200 innings.
How many pitches does he
18
have?
and 7 in 2001.
I think he's pitching a little over his head right now, but still, like.
I mean, he eats innings though.
Yeah.
and guys can't steal bases with him.
He's
Like,
old. He's
that's
36. He's got an
If you can
injury
find an arm
history.
that doesn't get injured, that's pretty valuable.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Maybe
know,
father time will
have
come for him at some
have an
point,
ace.
but
Well, he is 36, so father
Oh,
time is
yeah,
definitely here. But
yeah, he's waiting.
don't give him an extension. Don't give him an extension.
Older years. Rich
I
Miller,
think
I think he's one of his studs too, or is he a prospect?
Like this guy too, Seth Hauger.
I agree.
6'7", tall guy.
Check out Phoenix's ballpark. I'm curious. I've seen him have good pitching staffs 3 years in a row. Is he
Go
a
to info.
pitching?
Thank you.
I think it's pretty split.
It's pretty
He's got a
even.
pretty
Yeah,
good,
Yeah.
pretty tall right field
some
wall.
good pitchers out there. Yeah. I
He's
mean, it's
got-
hard to hit in the park a little bit, right, for average. But
Yeah.
this kinda
Not
fits
too
his-
crazy though.
This kind of fits the style of his team, though, right? Low average team, a lot of
Yeah.
home runs.
Exactly. What the
I don't know
hell
what
am I doing?
Ballpark.
Oh, there we go.
No, I think his team's really good. I mean, like, they've got some depth issues, but they got the star talent, and his pitching's good. Like, I don't see anything that, like, jumps out as like, oh shit, this team could be bad. Like, they have like a 3 years in a row, very defined strategy, right?
I agree with
And
Paul.
it's worked for them.
I have to say I agree with Paul though. Those the catcher hitting 109. That's very alarming.
I mean, that's the
Listen,
only position where I think it's okay.
It's a
like,
position that's
that's
okay.
fair.
you
But
can't
I mean,
have a
Yeah.
it looks
left
like
fielder hitting
Does he have great catcher
his
ability?
short-
Like, is
his
he a defensive
shortstop is-
savant?
Again,
Oh,
you're getting to
okay.
the shortstop maybe, right? Because he plays good.
Yeah,
but
he
it's
plays great
always-
defense. You put up with that for like fucking
But that's still a pretty
the
bad
defensive
shortstop.
That's pretty
efficiency.
bad. But I mean, like, I guess you put up with it. But I guess there's got to be a point when you can't. But I mean, if it's winning in
look at
games, he's winning more than me. So
Yeah. Look
you
at his
know.
front office and look at his salaries. This is where I worry about Brendan's team. Like, I mean, actually, a lot
Nah.
of this is expiring. That's not what I
Yeah,
thought it was at all.
that's super nice. He's got like the
Yeah.
good guys like Nate Freed that are 25, like
Yeah.
locked up long term, and nothing else. He's
I guess I'm
so
just kinda-
flexible.
I agree. Yeah, I guess I was kind of thinking he was in more trouble because he came into this season like 20 mil in the red.
Yeah.
Budget's maxed. So. Or
Nah,
budget's
Brendan's a smart GM. He knows his shit. I imagine he like just retools on the fly every
I don't know.
year
I don't know. I mean,
and
I might
trades
wait
all
for
his
that year.
assets away.
I still think he's going to be in trouble. Count like 3 years down the road, and he can give me shit when he
When he's
Hopefully-
beating your ass in 3 years.
Hopefully, that's 6 podcasts later, and no one remembers this comment. But
Oh, I will remember. I will remember.
Yeah.
Taking notes
Yeah, we're
over there.
bringing this up in 05.
This
Yeah.
is coming up. Mark it on the calendar.
All right, let's look at his system, then let's move
Yeah,
on.
well, let's just look at his system. As we know, he's really good at trading. Is what he got. What he's got.
Yeah, this is where I've been making an argument. So if he has a good system, I'm fucked here, right?
Yeah, exactly. I fucked that all up again.
But I don't think he does.
Phoenix.
He's got a couple guys.
He's got two guys that look
guys on the top
okay.
100 left fielder. They're young.
I mean, Matt Cawthorn looks okay. 55, he's a college guy. Like, there's a couple things here. Yeah, like, I mean, they can fill roles and, like, plug holes better than, like, the depth pieces he has right now, I imagine. So,
Yeah.
It's just not as many as other people. So he
Absolutely.
doesn't have that. He's got a lower percentage of them panning out. But you
Yeah.
never know. He could have all of them pan out and have way more than everybody else. So
yeah. TCR is the thing we pray for.
I'm gonna
Jeez, what am I-
sprinkle a little math at you guys, and so like
Uh-oh.
500 prospects divided by 28 teams. The average team should have 17.8 top 25 prospects.
17.8 top 25?
Top 500, excuse me.
Okay, I was
Top
Yeah.
25. That makes no sense. I'm trying to. You're really doing some bad math on me here.
You had me for a second.
But yeah, no. I like their team. I think they have a good chance. You know, the pitching and the star power gets there. Like it does worry me with those guys batting 100 though.
No, he's making another big trade.
Hey,
If
Chris,
you're a
I
rebuilding
was just
team,
scrolling too. You're not sharing screen, by the way. You're just sharing the logo.
We've been doing that for a while.
Probably since it started, but that's okay. At least people can hear us talk about these teams.
Exactly.
You might want to switch that over.
Just did. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh shit.
I'm
Uh
new to this stuff,
oh.
boys and girls. New to this stuff.
But yeah, let's move on to the next team, right? And that
Yep.
is
Vancouver?
Vancouver. Yeah, 87 and 75, no slouch last year. They made the playoffs the first season. They were like, I think they were the best team to not make the playoffs this year. Is that right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds about right. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't think they made the playoffs in 01, did they?
they did. They did because I
Oh,
beat
okay.
them in the wild card round
Ah, okay.
on a Phil Crawhorn 3 home run game.
Jeez. Yeah, this team is weirdly built. They're gonna like have some really tough times coming up.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Dylan's
They're
got like
very old.
he's got
They are
strength in a lot of positions, but you're right. Yeah,
they're very old. Like if they don't win in the next year or two, they're kind of fucked.
and I don't think they're good enough to win.
They got to make another big trade. They got to trade like a bunch of whatever they have left because all their guys are on the wrong side of 30 pretty much. Besides like arguably the best pitcher in the league and like definitely a future Hall of Famer, Andy Kerrigan. That
I mean,
guy's so
he's
good.
That
23.
guy's
Are you
so
fucking
good.
kidding? He's
Yeah,
like
and he's won 2
30-year-old.
pitcher of the years. Like I'm so jealous. Yeah, I don't know how he went 4th.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my god.
yep. Yeah, that's amazing. Kerrigan's so good. I mean, he's got like some decent production from the rest of his pitching staff, I'd say.
Yeah, they're not like world beaters, but you know,
No, they've been pretty good
they
though.
give Kerrigan a break every 5 days. What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
His offense has been good, right? Fourth in runs scored, third in average.
On base
Yeah,
percentage first. Yeah.
they got some problems on defense though.
Doesn't hit home runs, or doesn't have one big bat. Anyways, he's got like a bunch of guys
No.
that like, hit
Yeah,
home runs.
bunch of guys that can hit a couple here and
Yeah,
there,
he's
but
got the worst
nothing.
defense in the league, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Defensive
close to.
efficiency.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not good. Holes in the defense, like you said, if the wrong side of 30, it's probably I can relate. It's hard to get to the spot, the second base, or
Yeah, that ground ball, it's harder to get to. Like, do you really want to dive for it? We're making the mental note.
Yeah, his big liabilities are Dan Altfilish. It's like his left fielder, his Armando Barbosa, that second baseman, terrible defenders. We're talking about negative 20 zone rating by the time the season's done.
Oof.
I think it's mostly in key positions too, right? Like he's like up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, like his whole team's got like negative ZR. Pretty much no one's
Yeah.
a good defender.
Yeah, I mean, if to be negative 16 zone
Maybe
rating,
need a new coach.
Yeah. You need a whole
get
bunch
these
of stuff.
get these
If you look
whippersnappers in shape.
Vancouver's team, guy that really surprises me, Harold Frew, he's got batting second in this lineup. Like this dude put up 5 WAR last year. He's a 25 out of 30.
And he's on pace for it again.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, yeah, he is. He strikes out more than anybody in the league. He doesn't have significantly good bars offensively. He's slow as fuck. Like I don't get it. It's one of those
Yeah,
guys.
but look at that arm. And he's a
Yeah, I guess.
leader.
Is he a
Good
great
for the
fielder?
clubhouse.
No, we just said he's not a good fielder. So
Is he actually not a good fielder at
he's got
third with
negative
a 70
ZR.
arm?
Yeah,
That's
he's not
crazy.
he's not horrible.
Wow.
Not
Yeah.
horrible, but he's
But he's
not
not great
think
he's
either.
not
He should
I
be
great.
think
better than that. Yeah,
I
that's
think
tough.
part of defense though is really like the people around you can drag those numbers down. So like if your shortstop
Absolutely.
sucks,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like who's the
I mean,
second
he's only
baseman?
24.
Who's the second baseman?
yeah.
Fielding
I just don't
stats.
get it though. Like
Second
that's
base, like yeah,
one of those
Armando.
guys that kind of is playing above their weight.
I
And
think it might be from his pitching, actually, the ZR, because I don't think he's got a lot of movement guys. Like, I don't think he's got a lot of ground ballers, if I'm not mistaken.
okay, yeah.
Let's see. Ground
Actually, I'm
baller.
like looking through his lineup, and there's a lot of ground ballers. I'm just completely wrong. His defenders are dog shit for no reason. That's crazy.
They're getting
This is
too many
short.
ground balls.
Yeah.
Let's check out his.
There's too many balls in
I
the
mean,
general
if you look at his
vicinity.
ballpark, he's got a real offensive ballpark. Like
Oh,
really,
does
really
he?
offensive. Yeah, so that makes Kerrigan even more impressive, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Info. Yeah, we got this.
We got
I mean,
this.
imagine
Thanks.
Kerrigan pitching in like
Oh
fucking
wow.
Atlanta or somewhere where it's just like
San Antonio. He would
Yeah.
never give up a home run in
No.
like
Have, like,
240
a
innings.
0.7.
You'd have like you'd have a .87 ERA.
Yeah. Goddamn. I don't know. I think the team's okay, but they probably like got to make a big splash for someone and be like heavy on the on the trade market if they want to like get out of the what is this, the Ruby? Yeah, the Ruby division. Like there's too many competitors and they're like decent all around, but nothing like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's a crowded conference. It's kind of the same argument I've made about some of the teams in the Sapphire over the years. I just
Yeah.
think I've seen a couple teams. I mean, the thing is, you're only a couple games away, right? Like he was 4 games worse than Phoenix last year, or 5 games worse than the division leader, and Ruby went on to the conference or the championship game. So if
Yeah,
you can get over that hump, you can maybe make a push. I just think it's going to be real tough sledding for Dylan.
absolutely. He could be crazy and he could sell everything at the deadline, have a fire sale,
True.
retool.
So what I mean, that's what Louisville did, and they've pulled in some good assets.
Absolutely. They're like 2 years away. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's look at his system, and then any other thoughts? Anybody else look at?
No, nothing really.
Let's take a look at his system.
I think their system sucks. I tried to make a trade with them and there was nothing there at the time. It's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's not crazy either.
He's got a few pieces, right? If we do the 17.8, he's a little under the average for top 500. But now that I have that number to judge shit by.
Yeah, he's a little under average on that, but you know.
Yeah. But there's some real great pieces there.
Yeah.
Are any of those guys close to development, or are they all?
No.
No. This guy is
Oh, okay.
left fielder, Kyle Morton.
Looks like he could be good. May 1st, that's my birthday. Hey, shout out to May 1st.
Shout out to the May babies.
Oh, May Day. You were born on May Day? Oh God. Yeah, no
No standouts, but like he's got a couple things that could help him.
he can do something. He can work something with that, you know.
Yeah.
Can either bolster it up or
Yeah. I think Golden State is next. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away for a sec. Golden
Oh,
State
good.
is next. 80 and 82. It's crazy. It was like beautiful blue skies here, and now it's like pouring and you can't see shit. It just happened real quick.
no way it's raining.
Yeah, it's downpour here.
Oh, it means it's gonna about to downpour here. So thank you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that geographically right?
might be.
I don't know. All right, Golden State. Let's take a look at Golden State.
They're an interesting team. He spent big in free agency this year. He went after a lot of guys. Like he got
Yeah.
Jared Brown, and I think he got a couple of guys too. And then like Mike Wilson, we talked about him earlier, is leading the Fire Conference and more.
Yeah, Mike Wilson's another one of those
Ooh,
guys.
look,
So
yeah, like
good.
you said, high contact, I, and avoid K.
8th overall pick. It's on pace for a nifty 11 WAR. That's not
Ooh,
bad.
nifty.
A nifty.
That'd be the bee's knees if he got 11 more.
Be just swell. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, so Clayton has had 2 years of disappointment. I mean, he's
He's
had
been like a
decent
500 team, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
years,
I think
hasn't
he was on 500 and 1 game under the last season. Like he's been super consistent.
He got off to like a really slow start in year 1. I feel like
Yeah,
kind of medium last year, right? But this year he got off to the hot start, and he's hoping to maintain that. He's slumped a little bit after last sim, and again, super competitive, but he's definitely right in that mix.
Yeah.
Yep.
Their
think
team was
Go ahead.
defensively oriented the past 2 years, so it's interesting seeing them like middle of the pack this season around. I mean,
Yeah,
like
still
might
first
be a
in errors.
small sample size, but
Still tied for first in errors, so I think they still get that a little bit, right?
yeah,
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, I mean, the offense is still kind of sucks, right? That's been the problem,
Yeah.
yeah,
and it's still bottom of the pack in terms of Fire Conference offenses.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know, it's not the worst. It's bad, but it's not the worst. And I
No,
think
I mean,
that's
you can
what's
get
probably helping him out. And his
Yeah, you might-
pitching
Has been great.
has been
Yeah,
great. So having that work out for him, I think it's that's what keeps it competitive.
Let's look at Danny Favila, that pitching there.
Yeah, 2.86.
Yeah, he looks pretty nice.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
how many
Only
pitches he got?
26.
1,
That's
2,
6.
3, 4.
Goddamn.
Woo. What's he throwing?
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's been 200 plus innings last 2 years. He's been low ERA. He's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can he have stuff at 55 when he's got all that stuff to throw? I don't get
What do you mean? Oh,
it.
means just how good it is.
Yeah,
How
I
good
get
this is.
that.
Yeah. Fan favorite, work ethic, high loyalty. You gotta love a guy like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pretty nice guy. Only 26.
I think has a nickname, Collie. I feel like we don't pay enough attention to nicknames.
Yeah.
Nicknames are sick,
Shout,
especially the auto-generated.
shout out to Phil Crawhorn, also known as Jelly Roll.
yeah,
Calling him Jelly Roll
I've seen
Phil.
that before.
Yeah. I wonder if he's.
Yeah.
I wish I could see his full player picture because I wonder if he was like this big fat dude that just belted home runs. And they called him Jelly Roll. That'd just be funny.
That would be
Oh,
great.
I think you can auto regenerate him to maybe
Yeah,
fat
I'm
dude.
gonna. I'm gonna
You
give him a beer
absolutely
belly.
should. Yeah.
Um, I think the thing that really impresses me about Clayton's team and makes me think that this team's for real in the long run, if you look at the expanded standings, they got a great road record already. They're 10 and 13 at
Ooh.
home. They're freaking 19 and 11 on the road already. So
Yeah, we're down here. There we go. Where are we?
19-11 on the road. That's huge.
yeah,
Wow.
getting it done.
Yeah. I mean, and they're even in extra inning and one-run games. Like, this is who they are, right? They're pretty bad against left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. Yeah, and
That's
one-run games, they
interesting.
could definitely improve there. So maybe getting some bullpen help down the stretch
Yeah.
will help get Clayton over the hump and into the postseason.
I hope they do. They've been right there.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
going to
like
be tough, though.
I feel like this team is definitely playing a little um, over their level right now. I guess right. If you look at their offense, like we said, it's not the best. Look at their position rankings. Like a couple good guys over there on the left, but
Yeah, Mike Wilson.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he like maintains?
I think he can be a little better than he has the past 2 seasons, which has been like 500. And so, like, I think it just depends on where everybody else falls near the end of season. I think they'll be better on defense than they are right now, which will be their like calling, right? So
Yeah.
if that can come together, then I think they're for real. If it doesn't, then they're probably on the outside looking in again. So I appreciate that he bought though, that he like went big in free agency. That's good to see that he wasn't afraid to go for it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Who did he pull in again? Remember?
Jared Brown, he signed to a big contract. I know that one.
Who's Jared?
And pitcher, he's the third guy on his
Okay.
rotation.
That free agent
Yeah,
signing.
2 years, 16 mil a year. There's somebody else too. I can't remember who.
Trying to look here. Golden State
He's
brought
from
in
Fargo too.
brought in Danny Zepeda in the bullpen.
Yeah, I was also trying to get that guy. That's why I remember that. And I think there was one
Alex
more.
Espinoza, starting pitcher, 2 years, 9 million a year. You're right. Yeah, he targeted a few guys.
Yeah.
Jared Brown was the big one. Yeah, 2 years, 16.5 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely wanted to improve his team. Trying to get him from that 80 and 82 up just a few more wins and get into the postseason, right?
Yeah.
I hope it works out.
my
Yeah.
opinion
Best
with
of
him
luck.
is I would say that I think he's a dice roll right now, unless he makes a piece and try and get some better players and like probably key positions, probably. Like
Yeah.
second baseman, because if he's at the rate he's going now, I believe he's kind of like a dice roll. If he.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think he's kind of in the same boat as Dylan. I think Dylan has a better team right now.
Yeah, I think he does too as well. I think Vancouver's definitely better than Golden State, and like I
Yeah,
said,
but
Not by that much though.
not by
no,
much, but
Yeah,
still,
but like yeah.
because
I
it's a
think
tight
it's just like
division.
yeah, it's just about supplanting the three teams that have been winning so far, which is San Antonio, which has been off to a slow start, so that might happen. But Phoenix is still pretty good, and I've been there 2 years in a row, so I'm still gonna
Yeah.
be a pain in the ass to these guys.
Hopefully
Um,
not for long. Hopefully this
take a
is
look at the
the year.
system and then on to the next one. Or...
Yeah, let's take a
Yeah,
look at his system.
absolutely. I think he's got a couple guys. I think he might have signed a bunch of international free agents. That might be what I'm thinking of.
He's got some good top 100 guys there, some real good ones.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Prehan and Louis
3 in the top
Perez are both
25.
international. Yeah.
He's close too, right?
Now Prehan might have been a pick. Yeah, he
Yeah,
Like
was.
580. He could probably play now. He
He's
is
playing
playing
like
now.
now.
Okay.
Yep.
No, he's in AAA.
He's playing like shit. Well, then he brought him down.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
see
was playing like
AAA.
shit and he brought him back down. It's probably smart.
Yeah, that's very smart. Yeah,
Wasn't ready
give him some
yet.
extra time, some extra
Yeah.
seasoning.
And the rest are pretty young.
Yeah.
Double A right there. What about Xavier? He's still not very developed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the next team.
We got.
We have the Squatches.
Ooh, the
Smoking Sasquatch.
Squatches.
The Squatches. Wow, we're on my team already?
We are.
Well,
Yeah.
we're on my team. All right, we'll talk about it. My team, I'm not expecting much out of my team this year. My owner doesn't want me to completely suck, so I'm going to try and listen to him. Probably going to let him down. Probably going to let him down. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. Sorry, owner. I don't know your name. You're not even paying me, so I don't care. But, I mean,
things here.
but it looks like my starter ERA is doing really well.
Look at John Ledlow for you, bro.
John
Oh,
Ledlow's,
isn't he a rookie?
he's
I
a
think he's a
rookie.
rookie of the year contender.
He's 9
Yeah.
and 1. He's 9 and fucking 1.
I mean,
Look at that. I mean, he's
Dude,
gonna
how many
walk a
starts?
lot of
11
guys, but
starts.
shit. That doesn't matter. God damn.
I just want him to make him swing and miss.
He's on pace for 27 fucking wins. I mean, I'm sure that's not going to happen, but that is so cool.
He walks into the clubhouse when it's his day and says, "All right, boys,
Yeah,
we're getting a win."
He's a rookie. I pulled him up. He was, I think he was a second round draft pick.
Very good pick.
Yeah,
That's
it was a second
impressive.
round draft pick in the 2001 draft. He's doing well. Another rookie I started this year is Ben Fowler. He was my first.
Also
round.
looks good.
He was my first round draft pick. I started him at third base because I think I signed a shortstop to a long term deal.
Yeah.
And he was better defensively than he was. I just liked his
Yeah,
bars. And
he could play short,
he
but
can play short, but I was like, you could play third as well. He
yeah.
probably more a second baseman, but I already have.
I don't know. That turn double play isn't great.
It isn't, but
He's pretty good everywhere else. I
Yep.
mean, he's playing well. 10 homers.
yeah,
You take that.
Yeah, it's another rookie that I am working with. It's something that he's ready. Might as well put him in. So can't keep him out of the system too long. Can't just keep him in AAA's forever. Yeah, I think Ron Oliver last year I signed him to a long contract. It's not really
I was going for this guy. I wanted him last offseason.
But I think
and you outbid me.
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for him, but I paid a lot of money for defense, and I feel like it's kind of a stupid move, but at the same time, whatever.
No, I love that move. I'm so jealous that you have
he's been
him.
great defensively.
Yeah, he has been great defensively. Let's check out his defensive
7
bars.
zone rate 7 ZR already.
Yeah.
God damn.
Gotta have that,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's been terrible offensively. That's
terrible offensively, but that's why
you take it. Yeah, you hope he bats 220, and you hope for the best.
And I crank up his sacrifice bunt slider. Anytime he's got runner forward, make sure he's laying down a fucking bunt.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see Alex Sestini's out 5 weeks. You made the mistake of signing him. That was my guy. I drafted him in the inaugural, and he missed the first season, and then he was like gone forever. So
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Defensive efficiency. I think your shortstop is a big part of that. You've got one of the best defenses overall, I would say, in those 3 categories.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Oh, you just can't win, but we can play.
You're playing the long ball.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. Yeah, like with your, kind of like, I was joking with you earlier. Not really joking, actually being serious. I thought you were the only team in this division that didn't have a chance at the playoffs, but you do. I think you have some pretty good pieces.
Well, thanks. I'm trying not to completely suck.
I don't think you'll suck. I think you'll end the season like a couple games below 500 in a tough division.
I think I was
which is great.
Jacob before the podcast. I was telling him, my goal really is to be competitive. There's no reason to tank because if I miss the playoff, there's still a chance I can get the number one overall pick. I mean, just going by the overall last draft we had the guys that I think was Galveston. He was the worst team, and he
A lot of
still picked
movement.
a lot of movement, a lot of movement. So there's a
Yeah.
chance for me to still get up in there, even if I don't
Yeah.
make the playoffs. So
I would say, I mean, I've got you right there with Clayton and Golden State. Like, he's got maybe a slightly better team than you, but
I
yeah,
think a little better, but like,
I traded some
dice roll
pieces.
it, you can get some. Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
both have shitty offenses. You have slightly worse pitching staff than him, but you have a better defense than him
Yeah,
right now.
I
So,
signed this William Montez guy from he was Phillies, I believe. I paid a lot of money for him, but I know how valuable pitching is in this league. So
for sure.
he's not. He's gonna pitch. It says he's gonna pitch a 4.5 WAR for me. So I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
he's
hope. So
pitching pretty well so far.
I got him, and I was just hoping Ledlow
What are your
learned some stuff from him. So
what do your contracts look like? Your closer is 17 saves, but a terrible ERA.
terrible ERA. I think too. This Scott Kinney. He's I drafted him last year, and he's this much ready for the
I
league
mean,
already.
yeah, he's projecting to be a starter too.
Yeah.
Guys, he's in the bullpen.
So I guess I'm going to keep him there. So
And we'll see how it
I did
goes.
not.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to put him in there quite yet, but I mean, I did not see that part, and well, he's there now. So, and he's gonna
Um,
hopefully he does well.
yeah,
And my other piece too, I'd like to show off is my Adam Bashera, my catcher. He's one of those guys that he's got a good catcher ability, and
He can frame pitches.
yeah,
Love to
yeah,
see that. That's probably helping all your guys.
yeah. So,
Yeah, 2.3 frame. Yeah.
and he's young too. That's what I like about him as well. Oh, that's not him. He sucks. Uh, yeah, him. He's 23. So
And he enjoys country music. Like, does it get much better than that? Like,
I guess not. I mean, if he just enjoys a good old country song, I guess can't blame him.
yeah.
What's your system look like?
I have a
Oh, it
decent
looks good,
system.
I think.
I have a decent system. So
It's probably be the best one we've seen so far, right?
I hope so. It's gonna get better next year.
Uh,
It's not that great.
Okay, because
you don't
you
have
brought
really
up
good
all your good
offense.
guys. Yeah, you graduated a lot of prospects.
I graduated a lot of prospects, but
Ventress looks good. I remember looking at him, and he's coming along, which is great for you.
yeah.
Ooh,
Like
Yeah.
he's developing.
got him
So
I
in
mean, looking
double
at
he's
him,
kind
A.
of a he's kind of a dickhead, but
400.
we've gone over that before.
He's been hitting like 400 at every level.
Yeah.
Great to see.
Yeah. So he may be. Hopefully, he's my Kevin Euclid or something like that.
I mean, he's probably ready by the end of the year. And honestly, if you right fielder, that's your shittiest player on your.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could bring him up whenever you want
Bring
for your
him up
service time.
close
Man,
to
this
close.
podcast is bringing a lot, making me think a lot. He may be coming up. Who knows? We'll see.
And no one else is that close, right?
And
Who's
this
the other
is
guy you have?
my
You have like
Wayne Williamson. He's my first round draft pick from last year. Um,
Looks like a classy gentleman,
yeah,
loyal, adaptable.
he's loyal, and his nickname is Beagle.
Wait, that's perfect.
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Uh,
fast. He's fast. He's got pretty good in outfield air. So he's
and he's a lefty bat, which is nice because he's
so
He's
better
got an
against
he's
righties.
definitely got
Yeah,
some interesting bars.
yeah.
so he looked better to me when I drafted him. He doesn't look so special to me now.
That happens. Don't you worry. They'll come
I
back
know.
around.
I know. Hopefully they
They
come
come
back
back
around.
around.
Or not.
So
Patience is a
I
You
virtue.
have
think
more top 500 teams in the average, or top 500 guys in the average team.
yeah, I have 24.
You're just bottom heavy.
Yeah, I'm bottom heavy. Well, like I have some other pieces, but they're not on this list anymore. So
Yep.
like Fowler and Ledlow would be another two because they were high up there on that list as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So, and I believe Scott Kinney as well.
Yeah,
I have three rookies that are playing right now, and I believe all
yeah.
three
You would have
rookies.
like a top three
I think
system. I would pick
I
them.
think I had five people in the top. If I go back to it, yeah, Scott Kinney, he was a 24 ranked. Ledlow was the 12th ranked, and Fowler was the 38th ranked.
Jeez.
So, That would be a top total of 5 guys in the top 100. So, and next year in the 2004 draft, I have 3 first-round draft picks.
So I would say, we spent a lot of time on your team, but I do want to see one more thing. Let's look at just the front office. I want to see your contracts and if you have
So
room to build around these guys, or if you're kind of locked in any shitty contracts.
I am not.
Yeah, did you sign any guys to shitty deals? Doesn't look like it.
Montanez was a good pickup, right?
Yeah.
Carney,
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Carney any good?
Carney is good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, I mean those are a little expensive, right?
I think
And locked in
Hymus. I traded
years,
Barry
but
and got Hymus. But it
yeah.
is what it is. So I think Oliver might be my like one weak spot where I signed him for too long, maybe. But I mean, he's not that
No,
expensive, but he's good defensive, so I can't
you
really
No,
take
complain.
the
that's
value for
right
that
for
sort
them.
of defensive shortstop any day of the
I
week.
think my problem is I gotta sign Bashera, and I gotta
Yeah.
do it soon. So that's my problem.
Right. Cool.
So I really don't have a money problem. So
Yeah, your team looks okay. They could compete, maybe,
maybe
if they get
I'm
hot.
close
But
to 500,
Maybe.
but
that'll be a
like
year or
like
two
I
out.
said, I'm trying to compete, but if I don't, it is what it is.
Yep.
So that's
All right,
about my team.
let's look at the last team in the Fire Conference, Ruby Division. I mean,
The
The
surprise of
boys,
go
the
freaking Seals.
surprise of the Ruby division this year is
my
Yeah,
new
it's
favorite
decent for
team.
my brother Alex to have a good team. This is not the way the script is supposed to go.
I love this. They just, yeah, he signed guys so late into free agency, like
Yeah,
all the leftovers, and he's like
he's
first in the
well,
fucking
yeah, he's
division now.
basically done what Chris did, although he did it accidentally. He didn't mean to do it. And he also combined it, like you said, with some of these late signings, and now all of a sudden he has a competitive team.
Yeah.
And his call-ups have been freaking lights out so far, which is
Who are his call-ups?
see. Craig Robinette is his top pitching prospect.
Oh, number 3 in his rotation.
Number 9 prospect.
Ooh.
And he's been really, really good.
Wow,
Not as
has
good
he
as
ever?
Ludlow on Spokane, but
Only 22. That's crazy.
yep, he's going to be really, really good. And the other one there's another pitcher, Vince maybe. Oh nope! Wow, injured
Was it
for
a
both.
reliever? Was it? I think it was a reliever actually. I can't remember
Dude was
who.
6-1 with a 3.34 ERA this year. In his
career over.
poor
Oh
guy.
no.
Hector Marquez.
Is that who it is?
Yes.
Marquez, yeah. So he's in the bullpen right now, but this guy looks really.
Yeah, he can be like a starter. 50
That
stamina.
changeup may not ever come in.
50, 40 stamina.
But he hasn't given up a run yet in the bullpen. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, gonna be happy with that from your rookie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, his team's been pretty mid, but he's winning games, right?
he's getting the dice rolls.
I think they're gonna falter as the season goes on, but I'm just like living vicariously through them right now as they win games.
They do have one more stud they just called up to. Caleb Brunleave, their 3-hitter, is on the offense. Is a call up.
Oh wow.
He was a top prospect.
I mean, he's not doing so well right now, but like the bars look real good, so
He was part of the inaugural, I think, or maybe not.
I think that's an 01 draft pick.
01, you're right.
Yeah, I see a college. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so he's got some good young pieces, and then he added agency, like you mentioned, to kind of round this team up. And I do agree. I think the young guys are going to have some speed bumps because it's rookie year. Maybe came out of the gate hot because no one's seen them before. But as they go through teams a couple more times, they're going to have those numbers inflate a little bit, and we'll see if those guys that were out there in free agency in like March, if they actually are winners.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does at the deadline, whether or not he sells all those like guys he signed late for like 1-year contracts to teams looking to buy and go on a run, or whether he's like, ah, fuck it, I'll keep them and see if we can like sneak into a wild card if they're like still doing okay.
Yeah, I would say if he has a winning record. I mean, if I were him, I would
Ride
go for
this
him.
sucker out.
But you're right.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, things
think
have
of the
changed a little
draft
bit.
picks.
Nah, you don't
Yeah.
think of the draft picks anymore. He's already got his draft picks.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he still has a bunch of good prospects too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I believe
so.
he's
'Cause
got a good system
he's
as
had a ton
well.
of picks. He had more picks in this year's draft, and that's going to load in Sunday. So whatever we're looking at here, his system's about to get a lot better.
Oh, Sundays when get our guys in our system.
Yep. Well, Sunday's when you get to try to sign them, so they'll probably load in Monday or Wednesday. But one thing that San Diego did this year is they swept me in 4 fucking games to
Ooh.
start the sim 2 sims ago.
Oh,
On their way to like a 9-game
is
win
he your
streak.
big brother or little brother? I can't remember.
He's my little brother.
Oh,
Even worse.
Love
Terrible.
that for you, Paul.
Yeah,
Love
he's
that.
got
I mean,
bragging
I don't
rights
like
on
that.
you.
3 out of 4 from you here, Chris. I'm looking at his schedule, so he's been pretty
He's
dominant
been,
in the division.
I felt bad for him the past couple of years. So
Our division's kind of crazy. Like Vancouver swept him, so like everybody beats everybody in a weird way.
yeah, any given day in baseball.
I hope it
Yes.
never like shakes out into like an order. I hope everybody just keeps beating everybody
Yeah.
as the season goes on, and it's like total chaos.
That's kind of how I think the division ended, with 3 teams 1 game apart last year. So
Yeah.
probably will continue that way.
Chaos. It's chaos in the big leagues. I
Let's
guess.
take a look at his system and then do
Yeah,
some
we'll wrap up
predictions.
this division.
So much for the timer. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
look at
he's got some good shit
that.
left.
He's got 6 guys right here, and not to mention some of the guys he's already pulled up. So
Yeah.
Wow.
So in like 2 or 3 years, I'm going to be
he's
really
got
scared of this.
27 draft pick or top 500. So
Yep.
he's
And
got
again, he's about to load in, I think, like 10 picks in the top like 8 rounds, or excuse me, like 6 rounds or something.
Yeah, he did have the number 1 overall pick
Back
this
up.
draft, so I imagine it like
That
heads up
too.
there.
That too. Yeah.
oh, and the number 1 overall pick. Oh
He had
yeah.
2 firsts. I know that he had like, I think maybe 2 seconds. My freaking giant dog is trying to get under me because it's thunder and lightning out. She's freaking out. All right, come on in, dumb dog. All right. Yeah. So yeah, let's rank them. Who ranked him last time? I think we made.
I think it's
Jacob
my
go
turn.
first.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you. I think it's my turn, and whew, this is gonna be fun. All right,
Oh yeah, this is gonna be all over the place, I imagine.
it is. Yeah. How do I rank this division? Because we got San Antonio, who came in second, who is now in last. But there's no way impossible. I don't think there's no way he finishes last this year. I
No.
just
no.
can't see it. And I can't see San Diego sitting on top. And not to mention, he's really only like 1.5 games away from not being the top anymore. So, and it's back to the same old 2 that were there before. I think I'm gonna go. I don't want to say it, but Paul, you're probably gonna win the division. I wanted to put you last place as a joke, but I'll play it serious. I have you winning the division. You got a tough team right now.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
You're probably gonna win division. I think. Oh, I'm gonna make a bold move here. Bold move. Vancouver second.
Wow.
Phoenix third. Golden State fourth. Or no. San Antonio fourth. Unlucky year. Vancouver fifth. Or no, not Vancouver fifth. There, I just looked at Vancouver third. Yeah.
You
Paul
had Vancouver second.
second. Vancouver second.
All right, let me get you back here in order. You're losing
I'm
yourself. You
losing.
got Oahu first, Vancouver second, Phoenix third, San Antonio fourth.
Yeah, and then Golden State fifth.
All right.
Thank you, Paul.
No problem.
There's just a lot of teams. I was just like, where did I go
Yeah.
from here?
A lot of teams, one too many weed hits. It's
Yeah,
okay.
and then Spokane, and then or no, San Diego, then Spokane, then me. I'm
Yeah,
last
jeez.
place.
Wow. You got. I was gonna say you got Alex falling from first to worst. That's
No.
quite the
I'm
descent.
probably gonna be worse. The
I'll
seat.
go second. I'll go second. I'll let Jacob clean up
Yeah,
here.
you gotta
Oh, okay.
gotta clean up after that mess I just made.
I actually got Phoenix first. I think they're gonna bounce back and will win it this year, and then their window's gonna close. I'm gonna give myself. You know, I think Vancouver. No, I don't know. I think San Antonio makes a run. Fuck it. I'm gonna give myself second. I am gonna give myself second. I'm gonna have some confidence in the boys.
Okay.
I'm gonna make San Antonio third, and then San Diego fourth. Golden State fifth, Vancouver sixth, and then Spokane seventh.
Jeez. All right. I also think Phoenix is gonna win the div. It's hard to bet against Brendan, right?
Yeah.
Second is where it gets
I am.
tough.
I am.
Second is where it gets tough. I can't decide between Oahu and San Antonio. I imagine San Antonio goes on a run here. I'm gonna put Oahu second just because they have like a 6-game lead on them right now. But I imagine that like San Antonio closes the gap a bit. They've gotten far too unlucky for the amount of talent they have. So San Antonio third.
Yep.
I'm gonna put Golden State fourth. I think this is their year. Then Vancouver. Then San Diego, and I'm sorry, Chris, I'm putting you last. It's a 6-game hold at San Diego unless
all
they
good.
start like
It's all-
bombing.
It's all good. After you guys told me I could be a playoff team, I'm just
It's you're gonna be sixth with like 74, 75 wins, I think, which is gonna
Yeah,
be brutal.
we'll be a division without any tankers. With
Yeah,
kinda like
absolutely.
Sapphire. I think all the tankers right now are in Jade and Topaz.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
intentional or not, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty good. Let's. I think we're ready for that next division, the Topaz
The
division.
worst
Now, yeah?
division in baseball, baby.
I 100% agree with that. It was a toss up the first few years. I feel like you and the Jade. I think the Sapphire and Ruby have been the dominant divisions in each conference. But,
Yeah, I agree.
I do think the Topaz has slipped a little bit below the Jade now.
Alex just posted, we're a bunch of haters.
Yeah, you got to prove it until
Gotta
you
prove it.
Yeah.
You gotta
until you
keep
get
going.
podcast love.
It's not that I don't believe in you.
We all
It's
learned
just
our
that you
lesson
got a
last
tough div.
Yeah, we all learned our lesson last year from Baltimore too. We all thought they were the sweethearts, like got that big lead, and then shit hits the fan in these 14-day sims.
It can go downhill real fast.
Yep. But I mean, hey, he's already lost 3 in a row. I imagine he's just gonna extend that to like an L9 by the time.
Yeah,
the season
they're
starts.
+4 on their Pythag. Like they're,
Actually,
they're
what?
rolling fucking 21 on blackjack over and over.
I actually gave Golden State credit for this, and I'll give San Diego the same thing. Look at the expanded standings before we go to Topaz. San Diego's road record really impressive, so they might stick around. I think they're 17-9 on the road. That's good.
That's pretty
that's
nice.
good.
13-4 in one-run games too,
Yeah.
and that's also a really good measure of
Whew.
if they'll stick around. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. I'll still stick with my 6th place bet. Oh shit! I gave him 4th place. You guys gave him 6th place.
Yeah,
You guys are the haters. I gave him a little love.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
you have
anyways.
to. You have to. So.
Yeah.
I really don't, and I didn't the first 2 seasons. So I'm covering my bets this year.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to the Topaz division.
Yeah, let's get over there. So
Yeah, let's
start
speed
things off
through this
with,
bullshit.
the winner last year in the Topaz. Does anybody remember who that is?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Back-to-back winners actually. So
No, excuse me.
Oh,
Excuse
you're right.
me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was the year that we
Put some
hated.
respect on our name.
Houston might have won the division after this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, back-to-back playoff appearances.
Okay. You've saved it.
And off to a rough start this year. They were terrible to start last year, but you guys think they're climbing out of it this year? I don't know.
I think Father Time has caught up to Jan Pacheco finally, and they're looking a little rough.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, their offense has been absolutely lethargic. I hate to bet against them because I know how good Alberto is at this shit, but they might have dug themselves into a hole too deep.
Yeah. Well, I do know one thing about Berto is he's not going to stick around long. Team sucks. I don't mean he's going to bail as a GM. I mean he's going to start shipping off assets because in the other league I've been in with him, his teams are either fucking garbage or they win championships. Those are kind of like the two standards that Berto likes to set. So
Ah,
um, I could see this team getting much, much worse from here and then going into rebuild mode and kind of retooling everything.
I think he's gonna leave it a couple more sims, and if they still suck, then like expect Juan Pacheco and Matthew Diaguilar to be like on the trade block because those guys are like one bad injury away from a wheelchair. They're so old.
For sure, yeah.
His starters are doing well.
Yeah,
you
his
know?
pitching hasn't been terrible, right? The bullpen's
Yeah,
been
Yeah, pitching
horseshit,
hasn't
but
been terrible, but it's just his offense is not
I mean,
producing.
he's
I
got the best FIP in the game. So.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
and
Yeah,
best pitching
pitching
war.
war, strikeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well, in our
insane.
or in our division or
Yeah,
conference, I should say.
Yeah. Matthew DeAguilar, let's take a look at him. Their ace. Like this guy's pretty good. He's got a lot of pitches. Kind of a medium start so far, but
Yeah. Yeah, I click the button. Yeah, no, he's doing bad. I'm not doing bad. No, just I think needs some hitting.
yeah. Yeah, his offense is terrible. I think he's in rebuild mode. I think he's not making a run this year for anything. I think we could say that about a lot of the teams we're going to next 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean he's not doing good. 19-32 is not really. The
Should
worst
we
part
look at
is.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Should we? What were you gonna? I was gonna say, should we look at prospects now, or
Yeah, I'm down to do that. I think there's not much else to say here.
Virginia? He's got one guy in the 100, one guy just barely
He's
on
got
the.
a lot of prospects, but no one that's really
Yeah,
amazing, right? I mean, a few guys that are close here, like Nick Guzman, he's in Double A. Vega's in Double A. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Virginia's got. I think he's at one of those. What do we call them? Crossroads, right?
Yeah,
He's got to
he doesn't know what to do.
make a decision on what to do here because his team didn't get there in season 1 and 2, and I don't think they're going to be a competitive team here.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
All right. Any last thoughts?
Not really. I just it's gonna be a tough team to turn around. I think but he was the division leader, so
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's enough of Virginia. Let's look at St. Louis, the St. Louis Steam here, and George's team.
you came in second.
George.
29-25. Yeah, he came in second last year. He beat Nashville in a one-game playoff to get that second seed and get home field advantage in the wild card round, which I don't think it paid off. Did it pay off? I think he lost.
He lost. Yeah.
But hey, you got that playoff berth, got your playoff virginity broken, and maybe get a little deeper, right? You get in, and then you try to get deeper.
Yeah, he dipped his toes in this season. He's hoping for a little more here.
Yep.
Which he's got some guys for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's look at the 1-1. We always got to look at Frank Danzig and his career.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking at this dude for a long time, right?
Yeah, I love clicking on this guy's profile.
26. I mean, he's a fucking stud. He hasn't put up the same WAR as some of the other guys in the league, but given his age and given just like, and what am I even talking about? 8.6 is so fucking sexy. Led the league in average, OBP, slugging.
He struck out a lot, which brought it down, but like he's
Yeah.
that guy otherwise.
122 though, I'll take that from a slugger, like an 159.
Yeah, for sure.
He's on pace for 102 this year, so he's down from last year. So
he's consistent as hell, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you pay that man the max 5 years of whatever he wants, and you build around it. Yep.
Try to get him for a little less than you can. You have to.
Yep.
32 million is what he's at, and he's going to want more.
It's like, listen, bud, quit striking out, and then we'll talk the extra couple mil.
Yeah.
Carlos Aragon too. He plays, or he's actually hitting DH. I was gonna say he's shortstop on the team.
I think that guy steals a lot of bases, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yes.
21-0. God damn.
Speedster.
Not just steals them, but like is
He
accurate.
only has 60 speed. That's crazy. And he's like, he doesn't get
The
caught
steals are
out.
80. You know?
Yeah. Well, the way that I have been explained these is that speed is like how likely you are to be able to steal the base, and like stealing is the frequency to which you will steal bases in conjunction with your speed and how likely you are to actually steal the base.
Yeah, I heard something similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. I'm not anywhere near smart enough. I'm just like regurgitating bullshit info, probably.
Yeah, I totally hear that. So yeah, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
I would like to say one thing about this team. You can keep clicking on whatever. I'm not going to talk about players. It's been infuriating to me watching George 2 years in a row have $100 million budget
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not max out either his scouting or his player development. George, if you listen to this, please max out those. You have like 5 to 10 million in both of those. You could
Yep.
throw max at both and still have like the highest amount of
9
budget
million
space
left.
in the league, brother.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
I
definite
oh
growth thing as a GM that he could pick up.
yeah, it's driving me crazy. Like I want talented teams to be able to play against, and like it bothers me that he hasn't done that, and it's like such a thing to point to.
I will give him credit. He shipped off a lot of his free cash last year for
He
assets.
did. That was good.
I kind of leaned into him to do that. I gave him just like a heads up. I was like, hey, you got all this cash, and our financial system works here. All
Yeah.
that cash is going to be wasted. None of that shit rolls over. So
Yeah.
try to spend it. I would encourage him to do the same thing this year. He's got a ton of cash, right? And yeah, maxing out those budgets is so important. If you're not competing, like that can
You
play a
can
big role on the development of your players.
Yeah, you can 3x the baseline. And like that's the crazy thing with him is that like he's competing in like it is like a bad division, but he's been like in the mix every season and just had like 100 million to spend. Like does he just have like Steve Cohen as his owner? Like I don't understand it.
Yeah. No, yeah. So yeah, being a GM, right? It's about having the right players. It's also about managing the money, and you
Yeah.
just gotta take a look at that and kind of consider that, right? And you're right. He's not even like. I mean, he's way off the top budgets. He's got 10
Yeah.
million in scouting, and that goes up to 30.
Yeah.
And he's got 12 million in development, and that goes up to 30. So, a lot of money being wasted in St. Louis right now.
George, I'll trade you a 10th right now for 5 million if you're listening.
And honestly,
I
like
need the cash.
when we hit the postseason or the off season, excuse me, that's like the first thing I'd do. Like just max those budgets up, and then if for some reason you're trying to go out and sign a free agent, you can't afford to, then you can start lowering those budgets.
Yeah, drawing it back a bit.
Yeah,
Where
drawing
you
it
got
back.
the space.
Yeah, if you're any team and you don't feel like you're going to win a championship next year, you should be looking to increase those budgets.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what, too.
absolutely.
Maxing out those budgets and like everything really
Makes a difference.
Makes a difference. It really does. You don't see it at first, but when you don't have them maxed out, and then when you max them out, you're like, oh yeah.
Wow, this guy gained 20 points in stuff. How did this happen?
Yeah. And let's look at George's system. Does he have any guys that could benefit from?
I think
That
he
was a good
does.
segue,
He
guys,
had
right?
the
That was a good
first.
segue.
That was a beautiful segue. Wow, it was so seamless. I didn't
Thank
even
you. I
think
know.
of it.
Till I broke it. With
Yeah, no, because he had the number 1 overall pick in the rookie draft
Carlos
too.
Castro. So Castro kind of dipped a little bit, and then
Yeah.
now he's looking good again. He's starting to recover. He's up to the number 16th prospect. Look at those bars. Come on.
That's a whole
So
lot of
broken.
blue.
Whole lot of blue there. Let's look at his scouting.
Dude's on pace for 6.6 WAR in whatever system he's in. So.
Looks like double A, I think. Yeah, double
and he's
A.
developing. He's up to 30. He's on his way.
Played in a lot of leagues.
Oh, he's gonna be. I think he's more of a corner outfielder than a center in the big leagues. But
I think he's corner outfielder and a leadoff hitter, right? And he's gonna be hitting in front of Danzig. So.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and he can steal bases too. Holy fuck, that's gonna be annoying to play against St. Louis coming up.
Leadoff hitters if he stays healthy. I think he
Yeah.
had 3 already, maybe.
Yeah, he'll hit like 300 and steal like 40 bases a season.
Yeah.
That'll be goddamn.
His nickname is Monoteo.
That's cool. I like that name.
Yeah, it's a pretty good nickname.
I'm pretty sure there's a hidden stat. If your guy comes in with a nickname, he's bound to develop.
I say that, but it's not true. You can look at there's a bunch of shitty guys with nicknames too, but I always feel that way. If I see a nickname, I'm like, I'm drafting that
I need
motherfucker.
him. Yeah.
All right, on to the next one.
Third place. Who was third in the Topaz division?
I think it was Nashville.
Was Nashville. That was the team that lost in the playoff game, and
Yeah.
and then lost in the first round as well. Also a first time playoff recipient, so to say, in 2002.
They're a weird team.
Cody's a newer GM. He asked me a lot of questions, clarifying questions on how to do things, and I actually appreciate the fact that he reaches out and he's trying to learn.
Yeah.
So
Not afraid to ask those
no,
questions.
you should definitely ask questions if you
Yeah.
want to learn this game. There's so much to it. There's so much depth. So
Yeah, I learned
he
everything
definitely
every
takes the
day.
right approach. Yeah, it's true. I'm commissioning this fucking league, and I learn things new every once in a
Yeah.
while.
And Paul, he teaches me, and then I learn every day. So,
You learn something new every day. It's a win.
I'll
yeah.
notice
Can't
one
ask for much
thing
more.
about this team so far. His number 3 pitcher's like a liability, right? What the fuck's going on there?
His
Rogelio-
team is
Rogelio.
super imbalanced. He bats for average, for contact. His
Yeah.
pitching blows is basically my point in a less diplomatic way of saying it.
Well, ironically, it's average, right? It's 8th, 9th. Well, I guess it's a little below average.
It's
there.
a little
His
low.
His defense is bad.
Yeah, his defense is bad and his pitching isn't great and it doesn't have depth. But he can his offense the past 2 seasons, historically, has been lights out and they've just out hit their problems. It's
Yeah. How did that happen? Did he lose some guys or something? Or
I'm not sure. Scott Carestia is the big guy on his team. Same with Jeremy Pavich. Those are the two guys that are super good for him. But I think he might have lost some depth here and there.
is Caristia declining
Yeah,
too?
Pavich. No, I think Scott.
Can you scroll down to his historical stats real quick?
Yeah.
Caristia's only 29, so
Yeah, and he had the question is whether last year was an outlier and he's a 285 hitter or
I
whether
didn't
he's
think
a
he was the
320.
MVP last year. That was kind of surprising to me.
I
He
voted
literally
him
did not lead
second.
the league in any statistic except for WAR.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I voted one of your guys first. I'll say it now. I don't know if you can see the ballots and you're
Yeah, no,
noting
I'm sure
people.
but
Yeah.
I
think I voted Presti second.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember who I voted for. How many home runs did he have last year?
He doesn't hit for home runs, I don't think.
Yeah, his team's
Yeah,
got this
18.
I didn't vote for him then.
Sort by home runs.
No, I actually sort by. I think I sort by WAR and then I go by home runs after that.
Oh, well, you motherfucker. You might have been the reason why John Rivera on his team, the shortstop, won fucking Rookie of the Year instead of my guy, Dennis Lemke. Because that guy wore his accounting stat, and that guy played 60 more games, but only had 0.1 more WAR or whatever it was. And he won. I'm not bitter about it, though. Yeah, John Rivera's good for him, though. He's a 9th round draft pick. He's a shortstop. He's actually pretty good defensively, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, super good defensively. Yeah, 9th round. Wow, I'm on the money. Yeah.
Oof. That's why you're
Have we looked
here, Jacob.
Yeah.
Have we looked at John Bartlett on this dude's team? On Cody's team?
John Bartlett.
John Bartlett is hitting cleanup and doing it terribly, but John Bartlett is a two-way player.
Okay, is he really a two-way player with 30 movement?
I don't know. I mean, he's got him pitching. Well, I don't know. Does he not have him?
I would not play anybody two-way with 30 movement.
I
That's
don't think
4 home runs per 9.
I'm just saying
He
in the
is
minor
technically
leagues,
I think in the minors he
is.
did play. Yeah.
he is, but he's not He's not pitching in the majors.
That's a good call. That's a good call, Cody.
But look
Yeah,
at that WAR in the minors. He had a 4.6
he's,
WAR in the
he's only hitting
minors.
198, but he does have a good on base.
Yeah,
Not good, but
7th
like top
overall
tier.
in 01.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Two-way player. He's not Shohei, I guess.
You see those pitching ratings. Yeah, no, that's definitely not good enough.
Yeah. I don't
Interesting.
know. This seems like super Jekyll and Hyde to me.
Yeah.
Like if they're batting, I think he has a lot of contact guys. Like the past 2 seasons he has. And so like if they're batting well, they're lights out and they're winning games. If they're not, then like they're excuse me, 23 and 29 like they are right now. So
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
fixes his defense, fixes his pitching depth, then like there's something here, but he might have to retool a whole bunch to make it all work.
Yeah, I
So
think he's a ways away, right?
yeah, he could win a wild card series. I think he's good enough that he could win a wild card series, but don't expect much more after that. Would be like my prognosis, I guess.
All right, let's look at his system, see if there's anything there, and then move on to the next team.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on him. That's all right. It's nice to show love to some teams. He's got the number 9 catcher.
Yeah,
He's
both an
18,
A
but
minus, young.
looks good. Don't like that avoid
Yeah, I
K.
remember him coming. Yeah, he was an IAFA signing. He was a really good pickup.
I really don't like the avoid K though. But I mean, whatever. It might change.
Probably
He
I
not
is
gonna.
think
eighteen.
avoid K's is kind of a bum stat because it's factored into contact. So if it's bad, it's okay. If his contact is good.
Okay, I get what you're saying. If he gets
All right.
good K, he's either gonna get a hit or strike out. Is basically what you're
Yeah,
saying.
pretty much. Yeah, his BABIP should be through the roof at that point, right? His avoid K's is low.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like what he's done here. It's pretty average system, but he made a big move in IAFA to pick his prospects. So
And especially like a huge position like catcher, that's important.
Yeah. How is he as a catcher? I didn't look at that.
yeah, mid
Mid.
may
Okay.
not be a catcher, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Cool.
Can
All
hit.
right, next team up. So Nashville won 88 and 75 last.
Indy?
Virginia was 89-73. They were all within one game. Indy was 2 games back of all that, and they actually choked their way down the stretch. I think.
Oh, they went like 2-8 in their
Yeah,
final 10 to lose. Yeah.
Herb had
Ugh.
a rough.
I
Like
feel bad for
86
Herb.
and 76.
Yeah, they were right there and they fucking blew it.
And then they started 1-13 this year or something, 1-11 this year.
I
So they had
think
the
1 and
Baltimore
11 sounds
special and
righter.
won.
Yeah.
So
Herb's
yeah,
got a young-ish team, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think
real
he
young.
drafted for both now and tomorrow. Like, he tried to get as many guys as he could that were decent now, but had, like, a higher ceiling. And so I think he's just trying to build on that.
And did he
I
sign
like his
Chris Mills
team.
in free agency or was that like a trade? First baseman.
Sorry, who?
Chris
Chris.
Mills.
Oh, he signed him in free agency.
Yeah, so he had a big
Yeah.
pickup. He was trying to make that next move this year,
Yeah.
and it hasn't worked out so far.
I think he's on the injured list, yeah.
Chris Mills? I don't know. I just see him on the left there under first baseman. I think we lost our driver for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he's on the IL right now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he should be back for this sim, but he was on the IL beforehand.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, he tried to make a move to add something there. Joey Johnson's brightest young pitchers in baseball.
Johnson's a
He's really
beast. I
struggling a bit
love
this
that
year.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Nice.
Yeah.
He's 28 and not fully developed. That's kind of crazy.
He put up 5.9 more last season, and like his stuff and movement are both sick, which is like, I think personally the two most important parts of like a pitcher in OOTP. So, you can deal with walks.
This guy Jeremy Pear is absolute liability for him. It looks like
Young guy. Was he a draft pick or was he like a
it's
I
seventh
don't think he's
round
a
draft pick.
liability. He's a rookie, right? And he's not a rookie.
No, he was an inaugural draft guy. Wow. Wow.
He's fallen off a cliff. 45 to 65. That's so 23 also, and he's in his third season. Insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andy Kerrigan type shit.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's so concerning to have that kind of ERA at the end of. So
It could just be RNG. You know, sometimes you just get
Who
fucking
knows?
rolled 4 starts in a row.
yeah.
Wow, his last 5 starts have been bad. 33 game score, 33 game score, 42, 44, 35.
I mean, you can go back more than that. He hasn't had a good start. He had one 7 inning run start and one almost complete game shutout. Outside of
Wow. Yeah, and he's got his
and two
most
okay spring
inning
training starts.
pitched.
Outside of that, it's been bad start every single start.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah. His closer's real nice, Dave Sheets. He's looking good again for the
Yeah.
most part. Again, a whole bunch of young guys. Like
I mean, if you look
he's
at
never
just
gonna be
his
out of it,
second
even
base
if they have the
average,
bad
third best
season.
on base, he gets on a lot. Just can't drive runs in.
Yeah. Defense doesn't look great. Some room to do there in like
Oh
key
no! Did you
positions.
also see too? He lost Hernandez for the career over.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that
Ooh,
on
I did
the
not see
spring
that.
training
Free
sim.
free agent signing as well. Career over.
Yeah,
I
Ooh,
wonder if he'd get
ouch.
out of that contract
brutal.
though because it was a career over. I think he doesn't have to pay after this year.
Yeah, he probably just has to pay him this year
He's
because
shedding
he's.
$20 million, which is
I
nothing.
sure hope so. That would be brutal if he's on the hook for like another 3 years.
No, I think it's
You know
a
what? I think I actually tried to offer this guy a contract.
I think I did too. I think I did too. I was desperate on bullpen
I
arms.
was like, I could use a bullpen arm. I got like 3 20/20s in here right now, so
Yeah,
let's. I could I'd like to replace it with a 60 over 60. You know.
yeah.
so he's
Do you
got
guys think Herb has gotten unlucky so far with
I think
this
he's rolled
season?
some unluck with some players, but he has had some pretty good luck with his draft pick roll because I believe he has a pretty good high draft pick this year's draft,
yeah, he got
Oh,
way
does
lucky
he?
in the lottery.
and he was very lucky in the beginning lottery too. I think he was the second or fourth pick in the
Yeah, he was
draft,
pretty high. Sure. Yep.
in the inaugural draft. So
Yep. I don't hate his um well, I mean I don't see how he's gonna turn it around at 23 and 30. Like what are you shooting for? Yeah, I
I
don't know.
I think you can turn it around in like the Topaz division though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. He's got
I
a lot of
think
bad
you can turn it around in this division. Like I don't think they'll be a contender, but I think that like they have enough pieces there that he can like continue to retool and like be close enough that like if one of their prospects hits or he like gets a guy in free agency that they can be really
I
good, but
guess
they're like one piece away, I guess
I
would be
guess the
my
if the thing to look at here is what does he have for pieces? I mean, if he got them, you know.
yeah, that's a good
he went
point.
10 and 19 in April too. He's 13 and 10 in May. So
He's
yeah,
got a
he
lot
gets
of pieces.
really lucky.
Chris Arneson, is he playing in the
A
leagues
lot of
right now?
pitchers too.
He does, yeah.
Double A.
He's got this guy right here, Chris Arneson. He's a
I
40
think I
over.
tried to draft that guy.
He's 26 player.
Yeah.
He's a guy up and ready. He could
He
almost
should be close. Yeah, and like next year should be his year.
next year. Shit, even this year. You know, he's got that guy that's better. Could do even better than that other guy.
He's
Who
got a lot
there's
of
young.
pieces.
Got a lot of pieces here. Got 23
23. Top
over that
5 Hondo.
17 limit that you say.
Yeah.
The barometer of success, that's 17.8.
Barometer of average. But yeah.
Ah, okay. The barometer
So
of mediocrity.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
the average should have.
he's above mediocre, which is good.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day. Got an international free agent here.
Yeah, he's got a great catch. You know, actually, that might be why his pitching sucks. His catcher's good offense, terrible catcher ability.
Ah, might be
Or,
hindering
but
his.
yeah, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I think I know who the next one is.
Oh shit, I think you do. It
Oh,
Oh,
is the
no.
Kingston Frontenacs. Did I
Kingston
say that right?
Frontenac.
Frontenac?
The Frontenacs.
Frontenacs. Well, so I got a question. I
183
got a
last
question
I got
for you.
I got an answer.
What is a Frontenac?
All right, so Kingston is a city located on the water. It's where I went to university. There's a beautiful University there, beautiful city. Louis Frontenac, a European explorer, founded the city back in the 1600s. It was supposed to be the capital of Canada back in the day.
That's cool.
Oh,
And so they named, this is actually a hockey team. It's like their junior hockey
Where I
team.
found the logo.
Yeah, the Kingston Frontenacs. So this is like their junior hockey team. All of my system teams are named after local hockey teams. So a Frontenac is named after a human being and not a thing.
true Canadian here, dude.
Yeah, yeah, eh?
Naming everything after hockey teams. I love
So,
it.
Jacob,
uh,
you went from 97 and 65 in year 1 to 79
yep.
and 83 in year 2.
Don't fucking
What
remind
happened?
me.
What happened?
We
I had to
were
step away. I'm gonna let you talk for a minute.
Yeah, let's
Whatever.
we were
hear it.
so unlucky in season 2. So Gabe Whittington and Tyler English were the two major digressors. We bought in the offseason. I traded for Oscar Munoz, who was second in pitching that year, from San Antonio, and I was really worried about that because he's pitching in San Antonio, which is like a huge pitcher's park. But we just got unlucky. I don't know what to tell you. Our Pythagorean record was like -8. Like we should have won like 87, 88 games. And we just like got shit on all season long. And I thought that we would be better. I made a big trade for Greg Keaton from San Diego, thinking that like if I bring in another piece, we'll turn it around here. The bad luck can't keep happening. And it kept happening, and we just sucked shit all season, and I was pulling hairs out trying to figure out why, and I just couldn't. But, like, things have been good this season, and so I'm, like, feeling validated that, everything didn't just fucking suck shit again, because I, that would be the worst. So, yeah, we're doing pretty well. We're a very young team. Our leadoff, Tony Apane, is 23. Aaron Heisler, our first baseman, is 23. Dennis Lemke is, I think, just turned 25. Dennis Lemke's the guy you want to hit. That's my boy. Yeah.
That's his
Uh,
boy.
yeah, I drafted him 3rd overall in the first amateur draft. And he has been fucking lights out for me. So I'm glad he developed.
Is this rookie year or second year?
This is his
Year.
second year.
Nice.
He was second rookie of the year voting
Oh man,
to and I'm not
3 points on
bitter
the
about
board,
it.
only half a season, basically. So.
Yep. But yeah, last season English and Whittington were the two like huge guys who regressed and they were dog shit. Yeah, look at Whittington. It's infuriating. He went from like 3.2 to like -2 WAR. No, his scouting's fine. It's like literally the exact same. His stats, he just sucked.
Yeah.
Like a 4
He's
WAR
recovering a bit
change.
this year, looks like.
He is, thank
But yeah,
God.
no, that's yeah, that's crazy when that happens. It sucks.
Thank God. So, like, especially at a shortstop, that was pretty
Did he have a big
brutal.
injury there? I see he played 120 games, or did you just bench him eventually?
No, I benched his ass.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't have an injury. Yeah, I was just mad at him.
I would say I do remember when you were sinking last year. You tried to ship some of these guys away, so you must have had some hesitance thinking that you'd be competitive this year, that you might need to break that shit down, right? Because you tried to get rid of Keaton, it just fell through.
Yeah, I did try to get rid of Keaton, but his no trade clause got enacted.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was with Phoenix, who like again has balls of steel. So, trading for that shit, you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, I traded for
I think
him
he
in
has
the
a
off
Phoenix
season from
uniform there
San
now.
Diego. And I'm super happy I did. He's a great player. He's just like old. I traded for him thinking that like the luck can't get much worse with our season, and it just kept getting bad. But, he's got the no trade clause. He doesn't want to get moved anywhere. We're happy. We're chilling. So,
I'm gonna say too, you were involved in one of the trades that I straight up did not understand last
but,
year or a year or two ago with San Antonio, and I'm gonna grill Aaron here, but like trading away Oscar Mu for what he traded him away for was crazy.
so I will say I got a pretty good deal for it. I
I think
will
so.
also say I was very worried making that trade because of the pitcher's park that San Antonio's in, right?
I don't think you even gave up a first though, did you?
No, I gave up a fourth and a fifth.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, no, I didn't give up a lot, but like if you need the financial flexibility, then like 19.5 million is a lot of money.
I would ship away a hitter. Like, are you kidding? Like a starting pitcher? Like, it's just so
Yeah,
hard.
I mean he was second in pitcher of the year voting last season.
Yeah,
So like
yeah, exactly.
I did pretty well, and he's an absolute workhorse.
Think
He
about
just
what.
he just had like a complete game shutout in like 89 pitches this
Yeah,
week.
he's 7-0. He's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what Louisville got. And again, this is, I mean, a learning curve, right? Like everybody kind of gets their own value and sees different value. But like Louisville got fucking a shit ton of picks for Alex Lopez and that closer he sent off.
Shane
And then
Markward.
everybody criticized the shit out of him for that
It
deal.
was a bad trade. I'm still holding to that.
Oh no,
He could have gotten more.
he could have gotten more, but I'm just saying, like when you look at Muniz, I mean that guy's on the same level as Lopez, and
He's better,
fourth and
hypothetically.
a fourth and a fifth. So I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like that was an even worse trade. So
Yeah, I did do
um,
pretty well on that, but like
yeah,
from San Antonio's sake, their pitching has been fine since, and he ended up with like a couple
well,
draft picks
sure. I mean, he
and a
hasn't
back
even
of rotation
suffered though.
guy. No,
Although I
no,
will
that's
say,
the crazy part.
I will say, if San Antonio has Muniz on the roster last year, maybe he's in the championship game. So
That's a good point.
little salt in the wound there.
That's
Just
a good
picking on
point.
my
Yeah.
division rivals a little.
Yeah. No, but we're looking good this season. I'm worried that we're beating up on the shitty teams in our division to start because we were like 8-0 against Virginia and Indianapolis. But we've we've lost 5 games against Huron this season, and we've won every series against like ice conference teams. So like I'm not as worried about that. I think we're decent. I don't think we're gonna win the championship. I think we're like I'll lose to Phoenix or Oahu in like the conference championship type team again. So things are looking good. We're very young.
Yeah,
So
looks like Kimbrough's having a breakout season.
Kimbrough is absolutely insane. I had to re-sign him now because he's a captain as well. So
Yeah,
I
he's a
need that
He's shown more
shit.
must-win.
WAR this season so far than he had any of these two.
He's-
He will regress next season indefinitely, but like
That's
his
fine.
defense is insane, so I'm willing to put up with like his bad going back to like a 260 or whatever.
You gotta take that captain status.
Exactly. You need that shit.
I thought you did
Yeah.
well with Aaron Heisler.
He keeps the assholes on your team in check. So
I have 2 captains actually. My backup catcher as well that are like getting paid $1 million a year.
you
All
get
those
paid $1
guys
million.
are
Just get paid $1 million for being a captain. That's all
yeah.
it is.
I did do well in the Heisler trade. I did hear you on that. I wasn't
Yeah,
ignoring
of
you.
course. Yeah.
But I gave up 2 really good relievers that are doing very well in Phoenix that he's using better than I did. So 6 and one, half dozen another. But yeah, we're like I think shooting above average and everything. Like you'll look at all this shit, like the team stats rankings,
Yeah.
and everything but errors looks good.
Yeah, honestly, I think your team's solid offensively. Like you got homers all throughout the lineup. But your catcher in the 9 spot has 7 runs. That's great. Your pitching's been top of the league. I will say, like you mentioned, a lot of it's against really, really shitty competition. But
Yeah.
so it does bring you down a little bit. But I mean, you're going to be a lock for the playoffs this year if you blow a 10
Oh
game
my God!
lead at
You
the end
just
of the day.
cursed me.
Oh,
Everybody's going down with
I
injuries, you
hope so. I think that's
motherfucker.
funny. That'd be hilarious. I love the fact that I
So
can make that curse touch.
so I'll say this about Kingston.
10 game lead though. That's end of May. You're in good shape.
We're doing all right. Lots of leg room here to
so
fuck
What are your
up.
thoughts, Chris?
he's a real good team, but I'm gonna go back to. I don't see anything special here. I'm just going to go back to the first podcast. Where did we disrespect you the first podcast, Jacob?
You sure did. And then we won 97, baby.
And then we gave you
You're
credit.
absolutely wrong. And then I think on the next, I believe
Well,
I
we did
said
the
on the
second
next,
podcast late in the season.
yeah, and I think we did the second podcast late in the season. And I think I said I'm never doubting him again. So, because he did. You're like, I'm gonna start my own podcast. And I was like, shit, we are totally
Yeah,
off.
I did say that.
So I was like, oh man, I was like, I love it. But
Uh,
no, you're a good team. I think you're gonna be locked in.
And
I
know,
sure hope
the
so.
other dope thing about your team so far: 24 and 12 on the road, only 17
Okay, well, you fucked up the schedule. Like, we got our.
I didn't do. I meant
What do
the
you
way
what do you have for
7.
what do you
Look
have?
at our fucking May schedule here. It's
The-
brutal.
Yeah.
We
What-
got 25 games in a row on the road.
Yeah, you don't have much for prospects either.
Hey, we got the number
if
11.
anybody
number
wants to
11.
create a custom schedule for this league, feel free.
I'm gonna figure out how.
It's
Yeah, our
challenge.
prospect pool is kind of tough, but we got a lot of guys that can like fill gaps eventually, hopefully. So,
Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick.
we also have the number. I drafted 5th this season. I traded up for it, and I got an absolute stud. So it'll look a lot different
Where'd he?
coming up
Oh
here.
yeah. Let's see where he lands. I don't know. I wasn't so sure about that trade. I'll tell you right now. At least through my scout, he wasn't trade up material. But
Oh, my scout, he's a two-way player. Did you not realize
oh, I
that?
did not see that. Okay, so that's fair.
Okay. Well, you should have looked
Let's
at
look him up
that.
right now. What's his name?
Zach Zach Koster.
Type him in in the top right,
Koster.
Chris.
He's
Huh?
not on
He
yet.
hasn't
He's
signed
in
him
the
yet. There's
draft
no
pool
team, so type him in.
Zach
Zach Ko.
with an H. Koster. Ster. Koster.
Kostei.
Yeah, the
Antelope. Oh,
antelope.
he's got a nickname. He's gonna be great.
He's gonna and so like you look at that and you're like, oh, he's not trade up worthy. Look at his full ratings. Let's see, because his ratings, he's a
pitching
two-way
ratings
player.
next to profile.
He's a slow antelope.
Just right next to profile.
What's that?
Ratings.
Quick ratings.
Ratings. Sorry.
That's all good. Oh yeah, look at that. He's pretty good at pitching too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I still don't like it. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen
Oh,
a two-way player really work out. So I mean, I guess if you get
two-way players don't work out a lot, but if they do,
yeah, then it could be worth it.
because he's still an above average starter if he like only works out as a pitcher and he's still like he can hit fucking nukes and absolute
I
piss
guess my
missiles.
beef is at least I didn't see he was more first baseman. I don't know how many GMs did. I don't know. You might have been able to get him where you were without losing assets.
No, because I was
You don't think so?
talking to the guy who I
Someone else?
traded with, Dick, in Tampa Bay, and he said, "Oh, I was looking real hard at him."
Oh, okay, so fair enough. Maybe other people were too. So
Yeah.
we all have different perspectives on it. So it's pretty.
Yeah, you got to do
Crazy
your
how you
homework.
see the same guy and kind of have different.
I think I drafted a two-way player once in another league, one overall.
And
He didn't turn out to be bad, actually. made the
okay,
start-
thank God.
He made
Thank
starting
God.
roster. He was a better hitter than a pitcher. I think I
Yeah.
like him better as a pitcher than I do as a hitter. But he's
So-
probably going to be in my opinion, he's probably going to be an average at best, whatever he plays.
Okay. So my team's young enough that I can afford to take risks like this, right? Like my two
Yeah.
best players are 25, 23, and then like 23 again, like on my major league
Yeah, yeah.
roster. So I'm taking swings like that just because of it, right?
Yeah.
And if I fuck up, I fuck up, but you know.
Yeah. It is what it is. I like the pick. I would pick him too. After seeing that, I was like, man, how did I miss that guy? But I like checking out stuff like that. I like finding the two-way players. They're kind of interesting because you never know. You can get a diamond in the rough with a pitcher that's a hitter, or a pitcher that can hit. You don't realize.
And it moves so much roster flexibility too, because then you can add like an extra hitter somewhere to like carry as a utility guy or whatnot to platoon. So
Yeah, if you need to throw him in as a pitcher, you can
yeah.
throw him as a reliever, I guess. But
All
yeah,
right, let's
let's
move on
move
to the
on.
next team.
Yeah, we've been
One of the
talking too much
benefits
of this
of being
kick.
on the podcast is you get to talk about your team as long as you fucking want. Which
It's
is
true.
so if anybody else wants to join a future podcast, if you're listening right now,
And just like
welcome you
talk
on.
about your team forever.
Yeah, we'll literally just listen talk about
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
love hearing people talk about their team.
Yeah, I do too, man. Like honestly, it just adds to the I learn things, right? Like next time I look at your team, like I'm like, oh yeah, I remember what you said
Yeah.
about that guy or da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, looking on to the sixth place team here. We got two teams left. We're looking at Louisville. Miles, 57 and 105. Miles came in after the first season and just blew this shit up. It was a 500 team, and he just completely dismantled
He
it.
said no. I don't want this.
Yes, yeah, he's none of these guys are mine. I need to rebuild.
I didn't
And you know
choose
what? He got a
this.
lot of assets for doing it when he did, right? He didn't try to rebuild with like nothing. He shipped away a lot of good pieces and got a lot of assets to choose from. But right now his team's garbage, right?
His team sucks.
Yeah.
They're awful.
Honestly, they're playing better than they should. Their records.
They're playing so far over their head, and I think he knows
At
it.
22-30.
Yeah, their Pythagorean record is like +4 from like what they should be. Like they are winning games they shouldn't.
First in zone rating. Looks like that's his shining statistic there in the team stats.
Hey, they can play. They can play defense. That's what that means.
Not man to man, just
No.
yeah. Basketball joke.
I think you should just skip to the prospect pool with these guys
Yeah,
because
I
like
think that's. I think that's the
the
bread and butter.
roster's a little cut and dry. There's not much
I mean, he might
happening
have a
here.
little trademark. Let's look at a few guys here. Look at Jesse Davies, for example. Like I think he's got some trade value here.
And he's very active on the trade market. Like he's
is.
been trying to sell a
Probably our
couple guys
most.
forever and a day.
I would say he's probably our most active trader so far in the league.
I agree, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Every league needs like a Miles who like pushes that trade market. So I appreciate that contribution. I appreciate it, Miles.
Mhm.
And actually, while we're on Miles, I kind of want to hand Miles props for that big write up you did. That was fucking awesome. Even though you gave way too much credit to the Sasquatches, they're terrible. But I really did enjoy the read. That was some really.
I did.
You guys continue with that kind of review thing.
I'm gonna try my best to do that again next season. I would like to get a few more contributors.
Yeah, man.
Because the two of us split it, and I think I did like 16 and he did 12, and like it was a lot. It took like a couple weeks to put together. So if anybody else is listening and wants to contribute, do a few teams, that would be very appreciated. It would be great.
I would say, just like if you're thinking of people to reach out to, like Brendan had a really nice write up in season 1 where he ranked some dudes.
Yeah, that's right.
Joined. He definitely likes, at least his trade block was very dialogue heavy, so he might be good at writing.
It was thorough. Yeah,
thorough. Yeah. So he might be good at writing up some shit. So just if anybody's listening and you want to contribute your time, that would be a good way. It looks like Jacob's looking for some assistance there. So, cool. Yeah. So yeah, let's move on to the prospects, right?
Yeah, prospect strain. That's all.
Prospects.
Yeah.
And he had the most picks behind San Diego this year, so his system's not a complete picture here, and it's good. He's got some good pieces, and he's going to have a lot more good pieces coming in.
And it's all in the pitching department too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pitchers coming in for this guy.
Number 7, 8, 20. Whew.
Yeah. I think Joe Johnson is a two-way player, if I'm not mistaken. Is like number 6 or something. But yeah, he's got like some high-end pitchers on the way.
This guy's
he
almost
traded
ready.
up for Hazeltine, and it looks like a really good move at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was questioning it when he did it, but now I'm questioning my questioning. And now I'm questioning whether I should question you about moving up for Colster because I was wrong.
Well, the funny thing is the guy he traded up for is also
feature,
So Zeus, you might remember he also traded up in this draft for Judah Walker.
Okay.
That guy is also a two-way player. He's a catcher and a pitcher.
Oh, I didn't notice that. All right.
Yes. And so he traded up for that. That guy's juicy as hell. You should probably look at him because he'll be his number 1 prospect.
I remember the name.
Yeah, Judah Walker.
Judah Walker?
Judah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's not many of them.
Judah.
DAH, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dave Human? That's his fucking nickname?
So you look at him and you're like, okay, he's pretty good. Nice catcher. Then you look at his ratings and you're like, oh shit.
His pitching's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he traded up for him, and the two of us were talking back and forth about which one we would take first overall.
How good's his catching ability, though? Is this guy really?
It's 65, or yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. This guy is wow. Where'd this guy come from?
I don't know how he didn't go first overall. I'm gonna be honest. He got him third.
I don't know.
You got him third?
Yeah.
I'd rather pick up a guy that's like super solid at one side of the ball.
Like, well, he is. Look at his batting ratings. He's got home run. He's got eye. He's a great catcher as is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But his prospect pool is crazy. I think fight to the death
actually,
for
you're
that.
Right. Those offensive bars for a catcher with that kind of catcher ability is pretty rare.
Yeah. And the best part
Yeah.
is, I think about him is that like his pitching ratings are like at the same level for like his development. Like he's not like a double A hitter and like a rookie league catcher. Like he's got both at like a similar level, so he should be pretty easy to develop.
I'm gonna say this though. Maybe this is obvious, but you can't pitch and catch at the same time.
You have.
Teaching you
Yeah.
boys some lessons here tonight.
I've just learned a lot.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, he's got a great system. I think we all knew it. He's gonna have a better system. I kind of wish we were doing these podcasts post draft load in. Yeah, we'll have to check that out at some point. Next team, last team. Any last thoughts on Louisville?
I think 06 is their year
Oh
where they
six.
start making moves.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I think they
Yep.
haven't shown anything like they want to compete soon. So
Yeah, I'll be a minute further there, but
it's going to be a Louisville Denver championship apparently.
Yeah, Louisville, Denver, 06. Book it.
no,
Yeah.
they're gonna be fighting with the Squatches to get there.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Last team in the league is also last team in the division this year. The never-ending rebuild of the Huron Herons, which is a joke. Huron actually has a really good system. Our new Huron GM, and he's not that new. He was actually here last year. So our Huron GM David is still working on the rebuild.
Playing it slow.
Yeah, which again, no blame there.
No.
He could pick it up a little bit in the trade market. I think he try to ship off a couple more pieces and get more assets because obviously he's
He
not
did
trying to
trade 12 million for a fourth
saw
either
that.
yesterday or today. So
Yep.
like he's
making some moves.
getting there. Yeah.
For sure. Hopefully, as that trade deadline approaches, he's active and he's trying to ship some of these players. I see a really good closer that could really help out some teams. Looks like Brad Lane's pitching pretty well so far. I don't know if he's any good or not. Juan Aldana there in the middle of the lineup, 11 home runs. So there's some pieces here. Maybe a little more than Louisville even.
Yeah. Not really much though.
Sergio Lucero, I feel like, yeah, he wasn't great. He didn't pitch at all last year. Was this an injury?
Who?
I think so.
12 months.
Lucero.
Yeah.
Sergio Lucero.
So he signed him in free agency after a 12-month. Honestly, he could probably flip him at some point because he's pitching great.
I thought about trading for him. I thought about it, but I was worried about the injuries.
Yeah.
You got a history? Oh. Ugh.
And I guess if we're gonna rip GMs like George, not spending the budget, Huron's got $1 million fucking dollars, 93.
Yeah.
10 million
Did he max his Devon scouting though?
No, they're at 10 million each.
Fuck, David, come on, brother.
David,
you got
missing, like,
this.
$40 million that you could be investing in your scouting and development that's just sitting there and it's gonna go to waste. So definitely think about that next year as we hit the off season. And this is probably why Topaz division is the weakest division in the TBL right now, right? We've got
Yep.
some new GMs that are learning the ropes here.
They will eventually learn, and this is good learning opportunities
For sure,
for them.
yeah.
So hopefully they
they'll not
listen
take
and pick up on these things.
2.5 hours in.
Are we really that far into
2 hours
this?
in. I
2
think.
hours.
God
in now.
damn.
Yeah.
But we're at the end of it, so
Yeah.
That's true. All right, let's look
that's
at
what
his-
happens when you go off the rails. We have no structure. They're just just
He's
let
got a pretty
everybody.
good structure.
It
The
was been,
stopwatch
long.
got thrown out the window.
I guess-
Yeah.
We spent a long time, but we had to go through all three of our teams personally, and that took some time.
Yeah, it took some time.
Yeah.
It
Let's
is
take a
what it
look
is.
at
I
this.
guess
Let's
the way
get
to
up
look
to
at it is we're all having fun here, so it's
Yeah, I've had a good time with this podcast.
Absolutely.
So
Feel a
yeah,
little
let's take a
more
look at
loose topic
Huron's.
than,
Yeah, let's take a look at his
other
prospect because
podcast.
that's where he's gonna be at, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pat Farrell was an inaugural draft, right?
Yeah, I will say this guy is not improved at all. So
Pat
he's
Farrell?
number 5 still, but I don't think he's that good. Yeah.
Let's see.
He's been like a negative value player the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, look at that.
So I don't know why he's still so high, but
Yeah, we'll see.
he is. Hopefully he turns it around. They really could use him to
Has he got
turn
an
things
injury
around.
history? No.
I don't
It
think
doesn't
so.
even look like he's playing full games.
He's got some other nice pieces there though. Like look at Victor Rivera, the shortstop. He's in
Uh,
AAA already. He's got great range, so he plays the position well, I bet.
was
And
he an
he,
IFA signing?
good question. He was not round 1, pick 7 in
Oh, okay.
2002. So freaking last year, and he's already a 5.
Wow, yeah, that guy looks very good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep. So he could be a real contributing factor in pretty
Yeah.
soon as well.
Maybe a post Major League Service time
I mean, Mark
call up.
Morales, that pitcher, he's already 60. He's got some pieces that are getting close, right? Jesse Carter, 30-75.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I would say criticism of David so far, of all the rebuilding teams, I do think he's the least active on the block. So he
I
just
agree.
needs to put himself out there. Sometimes, you can't just like post a trade block. That helps, but also just like reaching out to a competing team and just being like, "Hey, do you want this guy?" Like sometimes that can start up a conversation. I
Yeah,
know that's not Miles' approach. That he's super
that's
aggressive.
what I was just gonna say is like Miles' ability to like make trades has been on his shameless ability to like DM people and be
Really be
like,
a salesman.
I got shit that you want, and
Yeah,
he looks at the injury history
yeah,
and like says, okay, I have a guy that like can fill that role for you. So
yep,
like
yep.
that might be a thing that you might want to do, David. I know you got like a time zone difference. I'm pretty sure you're in the
Yeah,
UK.
challenging.
So that might be a little difficult for you, but like, don't be afraid to start a conversation. Like I don't always look at guys that are available. So if you see a guy that you have that can fill a role for someone else to get some assets back, that might be the way to go about things. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and when people are utilizing the trade wants channel, that really can help GM in terms of reaching out if you see something posted, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like when my teams aren't competitive, I'm just like scouring through the different teams that are competing and being like, oh, they could use that position or they could use that position. And I have that shit, so I just like at least
Yeah.
throw a feeler out there.
All I'm gonna say is I tried. I remember I used Chat GPT, and I think the first season, I think I remember making. I was like, "Hey, make a flashy trade block for me." And I threw it out there. I got some laugh symbols, that's for sure. But I thought it was pretty funny and unique.
Oh,
So
that's great. That's great.
All right,
I had to do it.
Yeah, just someone's got it.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten through the conference.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
So
rank 'em
everyone.
time. It's rank 'em
yeah,
time.
let's rank them.
Uh-oh.
Who's doing it? I did it last
We'll,
time. It's
we'll
not
make
me.
Jacob start off with his division here.
Yeah.
Oh
Well.
shit.
Yeah. We'll
And that way, if you piss anybody off, they'll forget about it when we piss them off after you.
I'm gonna put St. Louis first. I think they've been underperforming. I think that we have been overperforming. I'm gonna put us second. Good old Kingston. Um, Geez, third is tough. It could be Nashville, it could be Indy, and I think it could be Virginia. I like flip a coin, a three-sided coin, and like fucking figure it out. I don't know.
You got to pick one.
Okay, let's put Indy third, Nashville fourth, Virginia fifth. I don't think either any of those teams make the playoffs. I think it's going to be 2 and 4,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
don't think it really matters. Louisville 6 and Huron 7.
All right. I'll go second again, Chris. I'll let you clean up.
Oh
Sound good?
man, make me sound all sloppy at the
It's
end.
okay. You want to go? You want to go second?
I'll go second. We'll go
All right,
sloppy
take
in
it
the
out.
middle. How about that? Okay. I disagree. I think you're gonna stay in first. I think
Uh-oh.
you got a better team.
I'm fucked. You got
Hey,
me.
I told you I'm never going against you. St. Louis second. You doubted me once. I'm gonna have to never doubt you until you suck. St. Louis second. I'm gonna go Indy third. I agree with Indy being third. I'm gonna say Nashville fourth. Virginia is not gonna recover because he's gonna sell. If you,
That's a good point. I like that. That's a very good point.
so I think Virginia fifth, Louisville sixth, Huron number seven.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm actually identical to that, so we're in full agreement.
I'm fucked. I got
Wow.
both of your
I have Kingston
blessings.
holding on.
Sweet. I
beating St.
wasn't
Louis.
I wasn't sloppy at the end.
Yeah.
But it's funny, all three of us have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 the same. It's only 1 and 2 where we just kind of disagree there. And honestly, I think you're just being humble. You kind of think you're going to win the division too. So I think we all know what the 1 through 7 is going to be, or at
Yeah.
least have a feeling.
Okay, fuck it, fine, you're right. Yeah, I do think I'm gonna win the division.
I knew you were being. I knew you were being
Yeah,
Just
and
being,
now
humble.
I'm
being
total fucked because you fucking led me on. So now I'm gonna like everyone's injured.
I
I'm
picked myself
screwed.
last year and I held on. So
Okay. So yeah,
barely.
okay. I'm changing my rankings. I'm winning the division. It's not gonna be close.
All right. All right, there you go. There's a confidence.
No, it
Ooh.
is gonna be close. St. Louis is like gonna be right on my ass all season.
right.
Yeah,
Let's-
but I'm putting myself one.
And before we wrap this up, let's just call it playoff teams real quick. I think we all said Kingston St. Louis out of Topaz.
Yeah,
Um, let's just reflect back here. I had Oahu. We all had Oahu making the playoffs. You all had 1
correct.
and 2.
Yeah,
You both had 2 of us had Phoenix making the playoffs. Jacob and I. Chris, you had Vancouver making the playoffs with the number 2 spot.
I did.
Who do we think
Because
the
my
wild
sloppy
cards?
pick.
I'm
Well,
cheering for Golden State.
Golden
I
State
think they
and
make it.
who else you got? Golden State and who?
San Antonio.
Yeah.
I got
all right.
Vancouver.
You have Vancouver second though. So who do you have
Yeah.
as wild
Well, I
card?
mean, I got Vancouver a second, but I think it's gonna be Golden State and Phoenix.
All right. Yep. That sounds about right. And then I've also got San Antonio as my wild card, and I've got San Diego. I'm gonna give a shout out to Alex. Alex, you
Let's
got this
go.
to
No,
get the
he's
wild
out.
card.
He's
I've got my fingers
overperforming.
crossed rooting for him every sim, but like
I gotta hate.
Yeah.
this house of cards shall fall eventually, I
Well,
believe.
if anything, if I have a kiss of death, we're gonna find out now.
Good point.
All
And
I'm
we didn't pick playoffs in the ice conference, so let's just do that real quick.
Okay.
We've both Jacob, what was your ranking for Jade? I actually didn't write it down.
I think I put New York, then
Oh no,
Lehigh.
Jade. So no, you're right.
Oh, for
No, you're right. We
Jade?
didn't get. No, you're right. We didn't get the Sapphire.
Oh, okay. I think I put Atlanta, Fort Collins,
No.
New
I'm sorry.
Orleans.
I'm sorry. You were right with Sapphire.
Oh, motherfucker. New York, then Lehigh, then I think I put Philly, then Somerville as my top 4. Then it was Montreal, Baltimore, Montreal, Boston, I think.
Okay, cool.
I did like off the cuff really quickly
No
before I had to
worries.
go.
If you, yeah, and obviously thanks for the quick cap there.
Yeah.
So assuming that we all thought Philly, well, 2 of us thought Philly was going to make it. Chris and I had New York as the second seed. You both had Lehigh. And then
Okay.
I had Chris and Jacob had Atlanta, and I had New Orleans. Wow, I'm regretting that pick right now.
Still early.
And then for the 2 seeds, we had Atlanta, Fort Collins, and New Orleans. We were all different there. So, who do you guys want to pick up for wild cards over ice? What do you think teams?
I think it's going to be the 2 wild cards from Sapphire. I don't think there's going to be like a third team from the Jade.
Agreed.
I mean, I think New Orleans could go on a run and make it close, but it's going to be really tough with that Sapphire division. So,
Yeah. What about you, Chris? You want to throw anything out there? Oh, all right. We lost Chris. That's
no.
okay.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you want to throw anything out there? Just who do you think the wild cards will be? Nice.
Who did I have again? That's what.
You had no worries. You had Atlanta and Fort Collins.
Yep.
And then you had Philly and
Lehigh. Wow, Philly drops too.
2.
Wow.
yeah, I beat their ass last sim.
They're playing 500. That's where they've been all year.
Okay. Well, that's pretty. I mean, they just flopped hard. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to see.
Father time.
So you think
Undefeated.
Somerville's going to hold on to a wild card, 34 and 17?
Man, Somerville killing it.
I'll go while you're thinking. I got Montreal and Somerville.
Yeah,
Somerville did make a huge trade for
Yeah.
Bill Rowe from Denver just now. So if that changes or sways your
Yeah, Somerville and Montreal.
I had Philly and New York, so I'm fucking way off with this division.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I mean, not way off. They could still make it happen, but
I'm
like,
screwed.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of choices. So actually, I guess I'll go.
I don't think there's
high.
a bad choice here. There's so much up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. All right, let's just pick our championship game real quick. That's kind of the last way we've wrapped these things up. I'll pick out of the Fire Conference. I'm gonna take Phoenix to get back there this year, and I think
Damn.
they're gonna play against. I just really like picking Montreal this year. I don't know. I just want to like call
I
my
would
shot.
love to see Montreal make the playoffs
Yeah,
and go on a
Montreal,
deep
Phoenix.
run.
I'm gonna go with that really outlandish guess,
Montreal.
and that's clearly a wild card making the championship because I didn't have Montreal finishing top 2. Adam finishing 3rd, so that makes sense.
Am I going next, or
Go
Chris?
ahead.
Do you want to
Yeah,
go?
go ahead.
I'll go.
Oh, okay.
I'll go. I think it's gonna be a battle of Canada, Montreal and Kingston.
You're gonna go with
Ooh.
Montreal too, huh?
Yeah.
All right. We're
I'm
definitely
picking
fucking
myself.
Montreal here tonight.
Wow. I love the Montreal hype. I love that for Ben. That's great. I'm picking myself at this point. Like you guilted me into putting myself first, so I might as well like stick with it. If it's not me, I think it's Phoenix, but I think I'm winning it. I'm in this, balls to the wall. Like, if you've got guys to trade that are like worth anything, like let me know. Like, get into my DMs now if you're listening to this.
Who are you playing against?
Who am I playing against? New York.
New York. All right.
New York.
Then you're picking you to win.
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
I'm picking Phoenix to beat Montreal. And what about you, Montreal, Kingston? Who you got?
Oof. Well, I'm gonna go Kingston. He's
Oh,
Everybody's picking the
my
Fire
biggest
Conference.
fan.
Three Fire Conference people's picking the Fire Conference to
We're
win.
picking the
Fire
Fire
Conference
Hold
hasn't
on.
won yet.
We
They
haven't won
gotta,
yet, so
yeah.
this is our year.
So we should
This
fucking
is
know
our
better.
year.
This is our year. Not my year.
All right, guys. I gotta wrap this up. This already went way longer than I was hoping to do tonight, but it's been super fun. I've had a
Yeah.
blast. Hopefully, people enjoy listening to this. It is going to be posted on YouTube, so for those who are asking if it's only live, no, it'll also be posted, so you can listen later. So hopefully, we provided some good content tonight. Again, looking for more people to hop on and join us in a conversation sometime. So please
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
be
it's pretty
shy.
fun. It's pretty fun. You can be
Yeah.
shy and all that stuff. Don't matter. Just have
This
some
is
fun.
great.
Yeah, exactly. So even if you want to come on and just talk about your team, we're happy to have you. So
Absolutely.
all right, gonna wrap things up. Well, Chris, you're the man with the controls. So
I
thank you
guess
so
I
much.
am.
This
Yeah.
was me signing out.
He's just using me for my internet.
It's true.
It's true. He says he lives in the sticks, so nothing he can do about it.
Now I just need to get you to stream.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll have to load in and stream. I will do my best not to screw it up.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, guys. Have a
All
good
All right,
one.
guys. It was a
Everybody.
pleasure. Take care.
All right, stream.